Good morning. So you decide to bring me on camera.
I didn't want to know because you're not on camera. I mean, if you want to show your face, you can show your face, but it's only your profile. I'm listening to
No,
your voice.
no,
Hello.
I think it works like this, with your green screen and everything. So you decided to bring me in on the live. So what are we talking about
Well,
here?
I want to have a conversation. Do you not want to have a conversation with me?
Sure, I'm
Oh,
listening.
oh, Jesus. Good morning.
Good morning.
So when I was clicking you up,
You trying to roast people and everything.
I'm
That's why I
not
was
trying to
laughing.
roast you. What the fuck? Stop being so insecure. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. All right. So
Why do
let's.
you keep throwing these words around like insecure? I'm not being insecure.
Well, because you said I was
Just
roasting you, and I'm just all I did was say good morning. You
good
said, "Oh, as soon as
morning.
you came up here, you said, oh, you trying to put me on camera?" No, I wasn't. I was just wanted to have a conversation. But you see how you just came up here and started being negative to me. But all right, going back, I'm curious though because when I clicked on you to actually bring you up here, I read your profile and it said that you are what a style advisor. Is that what you are? What a style advisor? Is that what you say? What's on your profile?
No,
What does
no.
it say?
I said I share style and life tips.
You think
Style
that,
tips and
you got
life
you
tips.
think?
The
Oh,
first
okay,
one and that one. Yeah.
okay, good. All right, yeah, that's why I was curious. I was like, oh, he a style advisor. I wonder if he think I'm stylish.
Yes.
Okay, do you do that for a living?
No, I just do it randomly. It's just something that I do on social media. It's not something that I do professionally at the moment.
Okay, so what do you do when you do it randomly on social media? Do you just go around just rating people's pictures?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I
So what do
talk
you mean you do
about
it randomly?
I talk about man style, like jackets, suits, of course, getting a seamstress,
A
getting a
seamstress?
trade, go to school, take you behind the work if you're a man, self improvement, that type of thing. Like things that men used to do, how we used to, how men used to actually, like be around the house, and we used to cut the yard, and we actually used to help women, keep the house up and everything. And when I volunteer my time, I talk to the boys and the teenagers in my area here in this part of Louisiana that I live in. And I basically, tell them to, have pride in what they do, have pride in what they do, because it's a lot of men that's growing up without fathers. So everything that I've learned as a man and the mentors that invested in me, I try to invest back into them.
Okay, so okay, that's nice. That sounds very amazing. So you're from Louisiana?
Right.
Okay,
Louisiana.
okay. Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Have you ever lived outside of Louisiana?
Sometimes I did. Let's say I lived in Mississippi for a while, for a little bit, and then of course I came back home.
Okay, that's good. What made you come back home?
Well, when I was going to school there in the part of Mississippi that I was going to, they went up on tuition and my scholarship wasn't going to cover it. So I had to come back home and basically start over. That was back in
Okay.
2008, though.
Oh, I get it. I mean, everybody has to start over. It's part of being a grown up, right? You have to have that's called life. Actually, just you just gotta have trials and tribulations and learn from it, right?
The vicissitudes, yeah.
What, man? I'm dumb. I'm dumb as hell. I'm. You gotta use smaller fucking words. You saw how I had to fucking ask fucking Alexa what the fuck you was trying to tell me.
All right, so this you just said it, the trial and tribulations, consequences, technicalities, things that are far beyond your control. And it has a negative effect on you, and then you finding a way to navigate it
Let me ask you,
carefully. That's
you
what
talk like this to
vicissitudes
the
are.
young teenage boys that you mentor? Do you talk like this too to them?
Not all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Like if I'm talking with them, and of course it's something in regards to mental health and it's their treatment plan, then yeah. But if it's something,
Are you a therapist? You work in a group home?
I did work in a group home, but I'm actually a mental health professional now.
You're a mental health professional now. All right, that's cool. That's
I'm a
good. So
mental
that's what.
health I'm a
Hmm?
mental health professional, and I'm also a life coach.
Oh, okay. That's good. So when was the last? So I asked you a question. My question was what I brought you. I wanted to know when was the last time you went on a date.
The last time I went on, let's see, I think it was last month.
That's nice. And was it a date with intentions, or was it a date just to hang out with a friend, just to have a good time?
Well, it was a date for me, like to have a good time, but the intentions that she had with the intentions that I had, they were not in alignment.
Why is that? Oh, wait, did you not talk about your intentions before you went on a date?
I did, she didn't.
Wait, didn't you ask her?
Yeah,
Oh, and then what is she just dodged the question?
dodged the question and then switched up. That's what she did. So,
Wait, how you dodge the question and switch up if she didn't answer you, so she can't switch up something that she never answered?
whatever that means.
What do you mean, whatever that fucking means? If you ask me, Adrian, do you like to shop? And I'm like, no. And then when I see you, next you know, you see me shopping, that's switching it up because damn, I didn't say what I meant, right? But if you ask me, Adrian, do you like to shop? And I didn't answer your question and you saw me shopping, how am I switching up? Come on, this guy.
That's different
Why is it? Why? That's
because we
okay. So let
both
me ask you
agreed.
this: if you ask me, Adrian, are you looking for a long relationship? And I don't answer your question, and then when I meet you, I'm like, I'm looking for a long relationship. How is that switching up? I never answered you the first time.
Well, if I ask you, are you looking for a long-term relationship, and you tell me
Oh, so
that
she
you're
did tell
not,
you. Okay, so she did tell you. She didn't dodge the question. She told you she was right.
Adrian, you don't even know what I'm referring to, I don't think.
Uh, it's very simple. You told. Okay, tell me what you're referring to then.
I just wanted to go, like, I mean, like on a date, like, I mean, a movie and grab something to eat.
Okay.
And I just wanted to kind of like, see who she was, like, and get to like know her and everything. And she didn't even tell me what she had going on, or and she didn't tell me her like intentions. Like I said,
Well, on the
I have
date.
no
All
idea.
right, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Were you
Well,
talking
the
to her on
thing
the
is,
phone? Were you talking to her on the phone before you got on the date?
right,
Hmm.
and this was somebody that I met like in the washateria, and she ended up having because see, I live in Alexandria. Alexandria is like right in the middle of Louisiana. It's like right smack dab there. Turns out it's a military. See, it's a military base here, like about an hour away. Turns out she had a child that she lost custody of, and that child lives with her grandmother, like on the military base. And then she just hits me with that. I'm like, wait, hold on for a second. I didn't even know that you had kids. What are you doing?
So when you were on the
It
phone
was
with
just
her,
a
you didn't
bunch of.
ask her that?
She didn't mention it. She didn't mention it because I let her know. Say, hey, look, I'm single. I didn't have any children and everything. She met me at the washateria, and I'm like, okay, let's go to a movie. Let's go and eat and just see who's who.
Right. That's how
But,
you when you get to know somebody is when you actually sit down and have a conversation with them, right? And you ask questions.
right.
Right. So you didn't ask her, so she didn't say anything. Do you think that's a hmm? Do you think that's a liar? Like, cause I know certain people think you're a liar if you omit information. Do you think that if somebody omits information, they're a liar?
No, I don't think that somebody will ultimately be a liar if they omit information. However, there are some things that you might need to tell somebody. I'm gonna use you for example. Now, and you hear the way that I'm speaking to you. Now, if you back out of your driveway and I'm like your next door neighbor, even though we don't may not say anything, it's up, hey, Adrian, it's a big ass snake by your damn tire. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit up there and let your ass get bit. Some things I don't need to tell you, like, oh damn, like she got something on her shirt. I don't need to tell her that. Or she may need to pick up some trash on her ground or something. I mean, I don't need to tell you like everything and stuff, but damn, if it's something that's gonna hurt your safety, or a threat to your safety, or something real dangerous or whatever, damn,
Mhm.
hey, Adrian, look, this is what you got going on. Like it's a motherfucking snake bite you. I mean, and I
Okay.
feel like that's something that you should tell somebody.
So,
You don't have to
okay,
tell me
so let's go
everything.
back to the kids thing because I don't know how kids comparing having children to a snake or being bit or something has anything. Like, that's a crazy comparison. Me not telling you I have kids is not. I mean, I understand. I mean, I get it. I mean, I wouldn't care honestly. If somebody told me they had kids or not because especially if my intentions are not to be involved with the person. I mean, why
Right,
does it matter? I'm just trying to have a good time with you on this date, right? And we just laughing and joking and we just
right,
having a good fucking time. So whether I have kids or I have baggage or whatever, that shit shouldn't fucking matter.
right.
But so you had intentions more than that.
Well, my intentions was just to go to the
Right. So then
movie
why should it matter if she had kids or not that lived with her mother and da 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 blah 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 blah? Why would it matter?
because apparently she was still married.
Okay. Again, why would that matter? You just going to have a good time.
I'm not going out with a married woman.
So you can't go out on a date. So you do have intentions then.
That's not the same thing as intention. That's not an
Well,
intention. That's a standard. That's a
a
boundary.
standard, a boundary. So two adults can have a good time together. There's two adults time together. There's two adults. Whether I'm a man or female.
Adrian, you're a woman, so you have a man that you're married to, right? And you're being loyal to his ass. Okay, you mean to tell me that you would not have an issue
I can't have
with
friends.
him? You mean to tell me that you wouldn't have an issue with him dating somebody that
It's not a.
actually is in, let's just say if she goes to your same salon, because I know you be getting your hair done.
How you know?
Let's because it look good. That's why. I mean, shit. I'm just saying it look good. So how would you know damn well that you would feel some type of way
Hey,
if this motherfucker go out with another woman from your hair salon and stuff? Why am I going out with a married woman that's having like issues and stuff like that? I'm not about to do that. Like it was
Okay.
supposed to have been like cool. It was supposed to have been friendly. Like single people need to be with single people. Like I don't need to be around.
Okay,
No,
so wouldn't this be a question that you would ask a person before you go on a date with them? This is what I mean. You it's like you expected this woman to give you all this information up front, and yet you never even asked her. Like you saw how you
correction.
came in the room. The first thing I asked you, Justin, was, "Are you married?" The first thing I asked you was that, right?
That's you. But see, here's the thing. I
And
didn't
you just don't.
expect that.
You didn't
And
expect
then
what?
another, I didn't expect that. That's the thing about it. Like I said, when we was at the laundromat, she approached me.
Okay.
And generally, I don't ask those type of questions. But now a brother's about to
Mhm.
start asking
Yeah,
questions.
I would
So
think
that
you
way it
would.
won't
I
be
think you
like
should.
no trip up or whatever.
Okay, so you had the laundromat, and she approached you because you're a very handsome man. So she was like, "Hey, how you doing? Good morning." And you said, "Good morning." And so, how did this whole date situation or exchange numbers come about? Did she ask you for the number, or did you ask her for the number?
We both just agreed to, give the numbers out. I'm not, gonna cap and be like, oh, she gave the number up. No, she didn't give me the number like, oh, just give me your number or whatever. But we both agreed to exchange
She
numbers
said,
and everything. And but she did approach me and was like, hey, like you smell good. What kind of cologne is that? And then we just started talking, and then that's one thing from there.
"Okay." All right. So again, you guys were just
I'm
gonna
not
go out to
I'm
have
not
a good
messing.
fucking.
I'm not. The bottom line is I'm not going out with like no
All
married
right,
woman.
fine. You're not going out with a married woman. I got you. Okay, so that's the reason why you didn't continue this. Good morning, Potable. So this is the reason why you went on this date with her and she switched up with you and blah 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 blah. Oh, the yang 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 yang. All right. So when's your next date gonna be with somebody else?
I have no idea.
Why is that?
Well,
Let me ask you, are you looking for a wife? Are you looking for a girlfriend?
all right. Let's. All right. So you've asked me a few questions. Let's pause for a second and start
Yeah,
asking Miss Adrienne some questions.
it's Adrienne, but go ahead.
Adrian, my bad,
That's
Adrian.
okay. That's fine.
Okay, so where are you from and what do you do?
Where's where I'm from matter? I live in Florida. And what do I
What part of
do?
Florida?
I talk shit. Huh? What part of I'm
What part
in
of Florida?
Tampa. I'm in Tampa.
Love Florida. Love the beach.
Oh, I love the beach too. I'm
You
a swimmer. I'm
you
a fucking
gotta
mermaid.
see my seashell collection. My seashell collection is
You got a
crazy.
seashell collection?
Damn right I do, and I'm proud of it.
I can tell you very fucking proud of it. Okay, that's good. Do you go to do you go to a lot of beaches? Do you like to go to beaches? Do you go to a lot of places and collect? No, I'm not gonna hold you. I've been to a lot of islands, and what I do is I collect the sand in the islands. It's amazing how sand is different depending on where you go, and that actually has to do with the seashells, right? Because it's the crushing of the ocean against the shell will break it up into little pieces, and that's what makes it sand, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so I can understand you collecting the seashells because I do. Like I said, I collect sand. I have little bottles of sand all over, all over my house, and and I have a little label saying, where it's from, and it's just amazing. So it's amazing where you go, how the shells look. So I love that. It's an amazing thing to collect.
And a couple of bottles that I got here from the Hobby Lobby, I got like shells inside of there, and I got
Oh, you
different.
went to the Hobby Lobby to get them?
No. I went to the Hobby Lobby to get the jars, and what I did was I put the sand that I got from there inside of them with some of the shells.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So you're creative. Good morning. I wanted to show you I wanted to show you my what do you call it? If I could let me take this green screen off. I hate green screen when I'm looking at people. Okay, so look. So you see how well, damn, I don't know if you can see it really good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
See how it's just different, it's mixed. So like the bottom is St. Thomas, and then
Mhm.
you got I don't even know, Barbados, and then St. Kitts. See how St. Kitts is much darker, and then
Mhm.
St. Martin. So I get it. I love that. I love to have a collection. That's amazing. All right, how do we get on to that about seashells?
Well, because you said that you was from Florida, and I said that I
Oh,
love
that's right.
Florida.
Well, I'm not from Florida. I'm from New York.
Now, let me ask you this, and since you
Okay,
said
good.
that,
Hmm.
because like I said, why do New Yorkers attack the letter W so much?
Attack.
It's
That's so violent
it's
about
coffee, not coffee. Y'all say coffee. It's
because we do.
coffee.
Because we do. That's why. Why? That was funny.
New York people talk very distinctive. Like New York people talk very distinctive, and it was always, I don't know, it always was a vibe like to me, like the way like New Yorkers talk and stuff. But
Oh, I
now
know.
as far
I say it all the
as
time. I think men think it's very attractive for some reason.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I know.
and look at you on that, and look at you on that picture, just smiling.
I'm always smiling. Why wouldn't I be smiling? I'm very happy. Do you smile?
Do I smile? I smile
Yeah.
sometimes.
What makes you smile?
What makes me smile is see, random things. Like if I bump into the wall, I don't have a problem with laughing at myself.
You
I mean,
don't,
if
oh,
I
you
bump
really?
into
You
the
like to laugh
wall,
at yourself? I love that. I love a
I don't
person.
have a problem. Yeah, I don't have a problem with laughing at myself, and I don't have a problem with saying that that I make mistakes or whatever. I I dropped something on like my brand new shoes just the other day. I was like, "Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch?" or whatever. It was like some chicken.
Okay. And that's what made you laugh or smile?
Hold on for a second. Like, let me just address this. When we talk about this gentleman, that true fly bow hunter, his wrist is dry as fuck, dude.
And then
It's
why
early in the fucking
you
morning. I'm not trying to do anything.
oh,
I'm just having a conversation.
pay
So I
attention
don't
to
care
me.
about
Can you
the.
pay it? Why are you paying attention to the comments and not to me? I'm right here talking to you.
I'm just letting it be known. I
Why?
mean,
Why you care?
everybody always has something to say.
Why you care? Why you care? Why you care?
I don't.
All right, so then
I'm just addressing it. That's all.
why you need to address it? Do you feel like you need to address everything that's been said that says to you? Like, don't you know that people just want attention? And if
You
you
got a
give it to
point.
them,
You got a point.
I mean,
You got a point.
aren't you the fucking therapist? Didn't you know that shit?
You're right.
Yeah, nah, I ain't giving you no money.
You're right. You're right.
especially on this app. This was well, my topic of the day was givers and receivers, right? And I
Mhm.
feel like I feel like people who want attention are receivers. They like to receive attention. So there sometimes people will give attention just to receive things because they're receiving the reaction that you're giving them. So it's not really like they're giving generally from their heart without giving anything in return. They're actually only giving so they could receive a compliment back, a thank you, a validation. And let me ask you this, Mr. Life Coach. So did you hear my story about this guy who sent me a picture?
No, I didn't hear that. What happened?
Okay, so yesterday like Sunday in my chat, there was a guy that he was in my comments. He said that he lived in Tampa, right? And so I was like, okay, it was like Sunday morning, early like this, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like, let's meet up. And so he was like, I said, he's like, do you have any plans today? I said, no. I said, well, I do have plans, but I'll break it and I'll come and hang out with you. I said, go in my inbox and hit me up in my inbox. So in my inbox, he gave me his number, and then I went ahead and gave him my number. And then I see you, Solomon. And then I went ahead and so he's text me, and when he texts me, he sends me a picture of himself, quite like your picture right there. This is regular profile picture. It was not a nasty picture. It was just his picture. So why is that? Why do men do? I feel like I get that a lot. Good morning, Joey. I feel like I get a lot where men. I give men my number, whether it's from the app or even outside. Then I meet them at the laundromat or whatever. The first thing that they do is send me a picture of them. Why is that?
I honestly have no idea why that is a thing or that's a.
Have you ever done it?
No, absolutely not. And one particular problem that I've actually had, like on this app, or whether it be Facebook or the gram, some women was like, "Well, shit, I thought that you weren't a real person." I was like, "Ain't that about a bitch? Man? How
Yeah,
you don't think I'm?"
what the hell does that
I
mean?
mean, just like it's crazy as hell. I mean, because I'm not sending no picture. Like, if you ask for it and it's like, a random picture and stuff, and you can like save it. So, like, if you see me text or call, then of course down the line, then you can do that. But no, I don't send any pictures to a woman at all. Like, I don't do that.
It was so weird to me. So I responded back to him and I said, I'm like, wow, you're not even telling me your name first? So then he said, my name is in my profile. So I'm
What?
like, yeah, I know exactly. And so I'm like, well, so is this picture because it was the same picture on his profile too. So it wasn't like you were sending me something brand fucking new. So then I'm like, okay, let's start over because I really just wanted to go out. I really just wanted to go out and have a good time. I'm tired of fucking talking to people on the fucking internet. And so I was just like, at least in person. Plus, he was very interesting to know because when I just like you, Justin, when I clicked on his name, it said that he was an author of a book called and you could probably understand this maybe his name of his book was called um Damaged Child, Damaged Woman. That was the name of the book.
Mm.
So yeah. And also, I mean, usually, just like that, I would, have a conversation, but I didn't give a shit about it on the internet. I wanted to talk to you about it in real life. Like, I'd rather just have a conversation in real life. So, yeah. So I think that's what the problem is. I think he has some issues. I think he needed validation from his mommy to say, nice picture. You're very handsome. I really like you. And then because I didn't give him that reaction from the picture, he decided to ghost me. So what ended up happening was next thing you know, I'm on live the next day, which was yesterday, and I'm sharing the live to him because I didn't hear from him. So I even again said it on the text message. I said, let's start all over. Good morning. And he said, good morning. And then that was it. I didn't hear from him. Good morning, LG. I didn't hear from him for the rest of the fucking day. And so I went on live, and of course now I'm here talking. I'm like, yo, what's up with this dude? I can't believe he ghosted me. So I shared the live to him. He came in. I guess he heard what I was saying, and then he blocked me. Why do we have to go through all that?
I'll tell you what, like as far as like the sharing the picture, so I can only speculate. But I will say this, and let's just be honest. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this green screen, and I'm looking at some in a smile. I'm looking at the figure. I'm looking at the hair. I'm looking at the attraction and everything that you
Mm-hmm.
have.
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you said, "Hey, look, let's start over. Good morning." I mean, it showed that you're interested. That's one thing. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
it's the small details and it's the small subtleties that some of us can pick
Oh,
up.
please, God.
I just I don't know. Like he didn't
I
text
don't
back
know
like
either.
at all.
I
I don't
think
know.
I think it screams insecurity. I think it screams. Now, mind you, this is a grown ass between 55 and 60, 58-year old man. He was an older gentleman. He was not no young kid. It was an old, like, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't secure at this fucking grown ass age, there was another guy, and I'm gonna tell you, and I know that you kind of new to my page, right? But there was another guy, and so this happens to me a lot. It happens to me a lot, and I always have these conversations about this type of shit because I am always I guess the aggressor, especially if you live in my town. I'm like, let's meet up, let's hang. I'll be like even telling them, yo, let's get a cup of coffee. I don't even be asking them for dinner. I don't ask for none of that. Let's just meet up. We can meet up. We don't even have to go to Starbucks. We can go to the Circle K. I can meet you at the gas station.
I'm gonna ask you to say coffee like 3 or 4 more times if
No,
like you were to ask
no,
me. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Like coffee. I gotta
no.
mess with that. But I see what you mean.
It's
Just throwing
coffee.
in a joke there.
And it's mother. Yeah, I know what you're doing. Because I understand. You're just looking at me. You're not getting to know me. I get it. I get it. But, so, damn, now what did I say? See how you just threw me off?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off, but you were saying that if you
So, anyway,
talk to somebody or if you meet with them, you'll be like, hey, you'll meet them at the coffee shop, the
right.
gas station, and of course, you're saying that you don't have a problem with like initiating contact if you are indeed interested or want to get to know someone, and you're
No,
asking
I don't
like
even give a shit.
why.
I don't give a shit. I don't care if you fucking married with 20 fucking kids. I don't give a shit. I just need adult interaction. And it's having a conversation with somebody, just like me and you are having right now,
Right.
right? Having a conversation. I just want that. But if you just imagine having a conversation like this, but like in person, isn't that shit amazing?
It would be amazing if it was, like in person and everything. That's the thing
Right. So
about
he
it.
had an opportunity
It
to have it in person, and he just wanted to send me a picture of himself. It was weird. So this other guy I see I met him on TikTok too. He live in Tampa. There's a lot of them that I keep on meeting, and they keep
in
on doing this.
Tampa.
Send me pictures, and they'll tell me. So there's one guy. So I give them my number. He tells me, well, he texts me and said, "Let me know when it's a good time to call." I can't stand that shit. If I gave you my number, just call. Why do you have to get permission to call? Have you ever done that before?
Well, this is the thing.
Mhm.
I didn't word it that way, but I did just inquire whenever, like she might have been like off work or something or
Why
what
didn't
have you,
you?
because I don't want to call it the wrong time. If I call it the wrong time, then sometimes they may not like that. Some people they may not like that.
Then I won't answer and I will call you back. I mean, I know that you're a bit younger style, so I understand you wasn't probably a part of that, right? But we used to have
Right.
house phones, and if we weren't home, you either leave a message if we had a voicemail. If not, I'll call you back, or you call me again. I don't know. Why do we have to make an appointment to make a phone call?
Hmm. I don't know because see, and here's the
I
thing.
don't
Like
know.
I was the see
Wait,
people
and pause right there. So it gets worse, right? So now I sent him a text message and I told him, you could
Mhm.
just call me whenever you want. It doesn't matter, right?
Oh
So,
snap.
okay, so now I'm getting pictures of himself. Like 5 back to back pictures. Picture at the airport. No, mm-mm. It was a picture of him in the airport, right, in the plane. And then it was a pictures of him at the casino, not him, just his money. Okay, this is a conversation. You just sending me pictures, so I'm not replying. So I get him on the live, and I'm telling him like, "Yo, what happened? What happened to that phone call?" He said, "Oh, welcome morning, Lorenzo." He said, "Oh, you never responded back to when I could call you." I said, "I never responded when you could text me either, but you sent me all these fucking pictures." Fuck.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Now again, grown, not a kid, grown. He said he didn't
Mm.
know, he didn't understand what the protocol was on using the fucking phone. You really? You grew up with phones. You don't know how to use a fucking phone and call somebody? I don't get that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. and
It
things
should be
have
nasty.
changed. Things have changed. I'm not trying to, like diss the guy,
But
try to
I
make him
understand because
sound
you're
like a
younger,
bad
and
guy. But
what I heard, understood is that younger people would
mhm,
rather have a text message.
yeah,
I was thinking about you, my love. Oh, I was thinking about you. You have inspired me. Creamy is my girlfriend. She's a friend of mine that I met on TikTok, and she's inspired me on something, but I don't think she even realized how she inspired me. Good morning. Okay, so what you think of so I got rejected from him. And so they're get afraid of rejection, but meanwhile they're rejecting me. Does that make sense?
see,
There was another guy. I could give you stories.
go ahead, do your thing. And see, and the thing is, like rejection is a part of living. It's a part of the cycle. It's a part of the world. It's a part of everything that we do.
Right.
Commerce, trade, Wall Street, McDonald's, it's everywhere you go. Rejection is everywhere. Like people,
McDonald's
it's.
is rejecting you. How's McDonald's rejecting your
I'm
stomachs?
just, I'm just throwing, I'm just throwing different. It's a lot. I'm just throwing
You
different
get
things.
rejected by fucking
I'm just throwing
McDonald's.
different things. Like, I mean, rejection is a part of life and stuff, and communication is part of life. You can't just like limit yourself
Right.
to just one interaction or just you do one particular thing. Well, I'm gonna do this and they do that. That's not how the world works. And I think what happens is, and I meet a lot of these gentlemen. What happens is they may not have actually had like a lot of interaction like early on in their formative or
I don't have.
developing
What about
years.
you? What about you? Do you
What
have
about
it? Do you have it? Because you went on this date, right? When was the last time you was in a relationship?
uh, you see, now you really put me on the spot now.
Why? Has it been that long? And you
Well,
forgot about
let's
that
just
thing.
say
You forgot
let's
about
just let's just say a loved one, person that
fuck
I
love. Fuck
care
love. Love is
for.
bullshit. Love is bullshit. I'm talking about like locked in living with somebody. That's different. That's a whole different story because you live somewhere and not living.
I rather save that particular conversation for like another day because somebody's not with us anymore. Somebody's not
Okay.
with us anymore. Like it was a loss. So I
Okay,
rather
I
not.
get it. How long ago was that? That happens a lot on the app. I meet a lot of men like that on this app.
Like what?
Who has lost somebody? This is man. He comes and I haven't seen him in a while, right? Oh, he's mean to me. A lot of men are mean to me, Mr. Styles. A lot of men are very mean to me. They're mean to me. You don't see it. They have actually been kind of nice in the comments. That's why I ignore the comments and actually talk to the person that I'm talking to. But so this guy, so he was one of the guys that was always mean to me, and I had a conversation with him one time. We was, bantering, fighting, because they always like to hear my mouth. They like the way I say like mother and coffee, so they like to hear me argue with them. And I said, I try to switch it up like this, right? And I said, why are we arguing like a old married couple and shit, right? And I was like, then I asked him, have you ever been married? And he said, yeah, for 18 years, right? So then I was like, and he's like, and I never had an argument with her. I said, you never had an argument with her? I said, you was with her for 18 years? And I said, why is that? He said, because she was just smarter than me. Oh, that shit broke my fucking heart. Oh, that he said that shit. You know how humble that is to say? That he does not even gonna argue with you. I respect you and admire you so much. He said he trusted her because that's what it says. He must have trusted her. He said with everything I had. Oh, and then I'm like, well, what happened? He said she passed away 8 months ago. Man, I cried. I literally fucking cried on this fucking live. I had to even stop. I was like, listen, let y'all listen to music for. I said that's why he acting like that. I was just like, you know what that's like to be not have to love somebody so much for 18 years that you've never had an argument because you just loved her so fucking much, and then she just passed away. Oh, that shit fucking hurt me. No wonder he's so fucking angry. He's still an asshole. But you know what's funny about him though? I usually have my lives are always like I like to have positive lives. So the question of the day was, what was it? It was something about your What do you what are you most proud of? Right? What are you most proud of? So again, he was trolling me, trolling me, trolling me. So I was like, can you just answer the fucking question? He said he was most uh proud of being flamboyant. I said flamboyant.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yo, I had jokes on him so bad. I looked for like 3 or 4 hours, and then my homegirls were coming up and they had fucking jokes on them. We Googled the word flamboyant, and it wasn't even that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it is. He's overdoing it. He's like flashy. He just like likes attention, but it was still funny. Hey Ritu. Hey Ritual. You quiet now? Okay, I got you talking.
No, no, I'm listening. I'm listening because, see, and the thing is, when he said that his wife, may her soul rest in heaven, that she was smarter than him and stuff. I mean, a lot of us, a lot of men, they're not able and they're not really capable of being humble for like a specific reason. And see, and I believe that one should be quiet at times and just simply listen. I mean, and you see how like just now,
Quiet
see
time
that's
this morning. I'm sorry to interrupt you, and this is why I call you Ritual Ritu because you be going to church and know nothing about it. I was doing my quiet time and this morning, and my quiet time this morning has something to do with what you were saying, and I fucking
mhm.
lost my train of thought because of Ritual. Ritual came in. I'm sorry. Yeah, you see how the comments could distract you. What were you
Yeah,
saying? Yes, God.
yeah. I was saying that as hard as it may seem for like some men, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you just have to like be like quiet and everything. Like right now,
It's
I'm
good.
occasionally quiet, like in conversation. I let the other person express their thought completely. That's how you learn from people, and that's how you are able to collaborate with people and move forward and get better in life. And I actually, I actually like got into like a little bit of like a small debate, like in a grocery store, like about this, like a couple of weeks ago, right?
Grocery store. Why you
Yeah, because like a
always in
dude,
the grocery store?
because an older woman was trying to tell like a guy something, and he just like kept interrupting her, and she was trying to tell him something like about a debit card or something. I don't know the particulars, but one thing I did tell him after like 6 or 7 minutes, I'm like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you just let her say what she had to say? You could just I mean, the 5 or 6 minutes you sitting there arguing, you could
Why you
just be
think that
quiet and let
is?
that lady tell you
Why you
something.
think that is? Why you think?
You want to know why?
I've
It's
noticed. I've noticed.
ego, it's
It's ego
incompetence,
and confidence.
ego. It
I've
stems from like a
noticed.
lot of things.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with ego. I don't think it has anything to do with ego. I've noticed because I have a lot of conversations with men. I hear a lot of conversations with men, and so a lot of times they're the ones who can't handle being interrupted. Like they can't. It frustrates them, and they need to be heard. They always talk about women that we need to listen, but it's usually the men. Especially I notice on this app, they just need to be heard. And I notice outside of this app as well that if they have no patience. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I need attention. I need attention. Like little fucking kids. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sometimes,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
me?
Yeah, you. Over here tussling over there. What are you tussling?
No, I just moved my chair. I was sitting at my desk. I would turn something off.
That's an
Well, the
old
thing is
squeaky
with
ass
some,
fucking chair. How old is that chair?
um, you're not going to sit up here and talk about my chair, but what
Hell,
happened
that
is,
just sound like pots and pans moving around. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
but yeah, but see, like the thing is like some men they feel as if they're like not heard by certain women, and
Like their mother?
whenever they whenever
Associated
they express themselves, they feel as if it's going to be made fun of. It's going to be like they're going to be talked about. Like if I open up to someone and then it's like they just brush it off or they turn around and use it against me. Some men they believe that
men care
sometimes
about
women
that
they
shit.
do.
Men care about that shit. Men care about that shit. That's
Care,
crazy.
care about what?
I don't know what people fucking think, I guess. I don't
Well,
know.
there's some people they don't want to open up, and then of course somebody turns around and throw that in their face. Some people don't want to
But they'll be
deal
like,
with that.
Open up about what? What you need to open up about?
Well,
I
I'm
don't.
talking about the
I can agree
conversation.
with that. I don't. Like okay, but I'm saying it's why. I don't know. I understand though. No, I understand. I'm not like that. I'm as you could tell. I'm very
Right.
like. Oh, I don't.
Respect that. Respect that.
I don't
And
think.
then another thing, like when I was saying, like how some people they can't just like be quiet and let the other person like speak or
Okay.
express their thought, like this gentleman
Which
in
one?
the store. And
Mhm.
I told him, I'm like, dude, all you had to do was just sit up there and let her say what she had to say.
Okay.
And she was telling him that his card was backwards. 5 minutes, this man sat up there and
Oh, dude,
argued.
that was
And I'm
it.
kind of like, I mean, look, here's the thing. Like, I just kind of like stood on my tippy toes and I kind of just like looked and
Why you look? Why you had to stand on your tippy toes?
because like his buggy was right there and he had his card in a little chip reader in it, but it was backwards. And she was trying to tell him that, but he wanted to sit and like argue and debate
Dumbass
with the
didn't
woman.
know. I
Hmm?
mean, his dumbass didn't know. Like he couldn't see. It wasn't working.
She was trying to tell him. He didn't know, apparently. He did not know. And she was trying to tell him. But he didn't want to, like listen and everything.
Now, did
And
he
we
get
ended
mad
up
at
getting,
you? Did he get mad at you?
well, I'm going to tell you why he got mad at me. And this is how it
I
started. Hear
mean,
me out on this
you
one.
tell me. I could tell you wasn't minding your own fucking business.
Well, it is my business and stuff. If I'm behind you and stuff and it's about to start raining outside and I'm
Go
trying to
ahead.
get
What you
home
gonna
to
say?
get me something to eat, so he turned around and looked at me. He's like, what you know? You ain't blah, 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 blah. I was like, I couldn't really understand like everything was just hold on, slow down. What are you talking about? Like I'm just simply telling you the lady is trying to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Man, man, what you know? Blah 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 blah. What you know? You got on this, you got on that. Man, why you got on this? Why you just basically asking me what I had on that day and talking about my appearance. I was like, well, dude, this that has nothing to do with that. Just simply listen.
What
And
the
you want to sit here
fuck?
and
He
he's
trying
like,
to
and then
get
he said
clothes.
this. And then he said this. Because I really couldn't make out with him like what he was saying, and I didn't want to, start cursing him out, and I really wasn't trying to hurt him. And he was saying,
When was this? When this
and,
happened?
about a couple weeks ago,
Oh my god! You living? You like?
and he
Were you like this the whole time when
and
you was
he and
talking
he
to?
asked me, no, I mean I was a little bit louder, and a little bit more aggressive, and he was like, oh,
He said,
and
"Listen,
he
you."
asked me this question like, what the fuck you mean? Listen, what the fuck you mean? Listen. I was like, well, you ought to listen. That's how you learn shit. That's the thing. And he's like, what the fuck you know, motherfucker? What the fuck you
How old
know?
was he? Well, how old was
I
he?
have no idea how old he was.
And you were trying
And
to teach
then
him something? Can
I tried
somebody
to.
can somebody teach you something? Cause you
Yeah.
30. Yeah. Okay. When's the last time somebody taught you something?
Can I finish saying what I'm saying?
What are you
Please.
saying? Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And he asked me, what the fuck you know? I was like, dude, I ought to know something. I mean, I just finished my master's degree and I'm still learning, even though I have my master's degree. I'm still learning. So how you gonna sit here and argue with this woman and act stupid at her register and your dumb ass got the card backwards?
Mhm. What happened?
Nothing. He just sat there and looked at me like he was stupid. And I mean,
Obviously, he was stupid. He didn't know his fucking car was backwards.
big long foot ass.
Obviously, he was stupid. So you like, so, okay, again, like I said, when was the last time somebody taught you something? And what did they teach you?
Well, the last time somebody taught me something was what's today? Today is the sixth.
Today's the sixth. Yes. Today's the sixth.
Uh,
April went by so fast, didn't it?
yeah, like April went by too fast. We're
It
already
went
halfway through the
way
year.
too fast. But we got 5 weeks in May. We got three paychecks.
But it was my neighbor that actually taught me something on
Okay.
this Saturday,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we was at the library. We was at the library, and one thing he told me is that, well,
I love the
Justin, you have to
library.
understand.
I love the
Yeah,
library.
I love the library. I'm usually always there.
Do you? I love. There's so much resources in a library.
Yeah,
Did
that's why I
you?
be taking like
There's so
my
many.
boys whenever I take them and have like sessions with them. That's why I usually take them.
Really, really perfect. That's perfect. I love that. I love that. Okay, Justin. I love that.
Yeah,
That's awesome because they do this, especially when my kids were younger, and I was like, let me just find something for them to do. We go into the library. There was always something going on at the fucking library, and it was free.
Hmm. Absolutely. And they always ask me about Roblox. I'm like, okay, go ahead and get on the Roblox.
or and then you could get free passes to go to the museums at the library.
Yeah,
I,
because
yeah,
because
I
I'm
love that.
actually I'm
I
getting a
went
free
to
pass to get
every
the.
single museum and aquarium in
Mhm.
New York. So when I moved
Yep.
to Georgia, the people in the kids in my child's class, they went to like a school trip to the zoo. They thought it was such a fucking big deal. My son was like, I've been to like 30 of them. And I never been to the zoo. So I'm from New York, but I moved to Georgia when I was about 30, and I lived there for about 15 years. So I raised my kids in Georgia, and then I moved to Florida like three years ago. I love it out here. It's so beautiful and warm.
Hmm.
Is the weather nice over there?
In Louisiana,
Mhm. I've never been.
uh,
Never been.
it's kind of iffy. It's kind of iffy because like right now, rather than the spring weather, it's looking like
Can I ask you
sometimes.
something?
Here's the thing. Sometimes Louisiana looks like that noir, dark gothic shit that you see on TV and stuff. Like it's about to rain
Does
this
it
morning.
really? I don't believe that.
I'm for real. It's like a bluish tint to the sky, like right now, like a dark blue.
Okay.
It's about to rain.
Did we have like a full moon? Is the moon still out? Did we have a full moon last night? I think we did.
Yeah, but no, it's like daytime right now. It's five fifty
Oh,
five
it's
here.
daytime over here too. My son is out. It's definitely daytime over here. I love this. Are you an early bird?
Yep, I usually wake up at like around 5 anyway. Sometimes 4:30.
I wake up. I'm up like at 2 o'clock, like clockwork every
Okay,
morning.
well, see, damn, that is too damn early, Adrian.
I
That's
go to
too
bed
damn
like at
early.
8, and I be pushing it sometimes. I'm gonna be in bed by 6 o'clock. Do you work from home?
Wait, run that by me again.
Yeah, I go to
You?
bed early. I'm in bed early.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, and I'm
Mm-mm.
mean. I'm mean. I'm real mean early. But when I get up, I'm in a great fucking mood. Can you tell?
Yeah,
I'm an early bird. I love being up
yeah.
early.
I try to go to bed at least time like 8 or 9 ish, usually
Okay, can
10.
I ask you something else since you're a life coach? I don't know if you life coaching me, but I just want to understand things, right?
Mm.
This guy in here, Book. I don't know if you can see it, right? He comes in. He goes. This is him reaching out to me, right? He's in my inbox every morning. Is good morning. What did you eat? Do you send those type of stale ass texts?
Oh, stale ass text. No, I don't usually ask somebody like what they
Okay.
eat.
Okay.
I ask them like what type of. I might ask them like what type of food do they like, or what did they have Italian or Chinese? Maybe like hey, when was the last time you had Chinese? Hey, when was the last time you had Italian? But no, I'm not gonna ask somebody like
What
what
kind of
they
benefit is
ate if I
that for your
text them.
information? Why do you need to know the last time she ate something? How does that
A
make you
type of
feel about
food, the
her?
type of food.
Whatever.
No, I'm saying like it's rare that I do that if I'm just like making conversation. But
It's a conversation. Like conversation to me, right? Is like what we're having right now. Did I once ask you what you ate for dinner?
no, I'm not gonna ask that. I'm not gonna
But
ask
I'm
that.
getting to know you, right? By having a conversation with you.
Yeah,
Right. And you're getting to know me by having a conversation, right?
yeah.
But how can we do that through a fucking text message?
We can't do that through a text message because the thing is sometimes
Mm,
and see, and another thing
right.
when it comes like to text messages, some people they are and I really hope that this don't sound real bad or rude, but sometimes some people they have a hard time comprehending what the other person is texting. So you might text a person something, you
Mm,
might text a man something,
mm,
and he might read the damn thing the wrong way. And I noticed that with like a lot of older men,
mhm.
they asked questions, and I noticed that they have a hard time reading or comprehend what somebody is saying to them. Like they have a hard time even picking up on regular, and it ain't even some of our slang.
Okay,
Some
so I
of
don't
our
think
slang is
you
so
think that's what that is?
universal.
You think that's what that is? Okay, because so me, right? So that got D book, right? So we're going back and forth with that.
Uh
And
huh.
then damn, I lost my fucking train of thought again. I shouldn't you know what I'm having? You know what I'm getting? I'm going through menopause. I'm going through fucking menopause. And one of the symptoms of menopause is brain fart. Did you hear that before? Like in the middle of your sentence, you just be forgetting shit. I mean,
Yes, I deal with ADHD kids.
that's
Sometimes
what
I
I was
do.
gonna
They
ask
they
you.
make me forget my train of thought sometimes. That's why I got to write stuff down and have a pen and pad or something if I'm doing like an event with them or something. Because
Okay.
yes,
Okay,
it's
I get.
normal. You in good company. We do it.
No, I don't want to do it.
One thing I've let me tell you
I
something.
don't
One
want
thing
it.
I
I don't
hate.
want it at all.
I hate whenever I set my alarm for a 15-minute nap if I'm listening to my meditation music
I do. I
and
like
my
a good
ass
nap.
end up sleeping
You
for a
like a good
4 hour
nap, man?
nap.
I love a good
Huh?
nap. I can sleep for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes and feel so refreshed.
Okay, but see, but that's the thing. If I'm trying to take a 15-minute nap and my motherfucking ass, I end up taking a 4 hour nap.
That's not good. Why? Damn.
No,
Why
it's
are you
not
so
good.
tired? Why are you so tired? What are you doing that you're so tired? 4 hours is a
No,
long fucking time.
no, I'm saying like if I take a nap for like 15 like minutes and I end up like accidentally it turned into like a 4 hour nap, and my ass is gonna be up that night. My ass is gonna be up that night. I'm not gonna be able to like fall asleep so early since I've got to sleep.
No, I understand. Okay, so what time did you wake up this morning?
What time did I wake up this morning?
Mhm.
Oh, like 4:30 ish.
All right. So you've been up for a while.
Yeah, I woke up 30 minutes earlier than I normally wake up.
All right. And so how did you end up on my live?
Got on TikTok, scrolled, and I heard you say something. You were talking to some gentleman from Arizona, and then I scrolled past, and then I scrolled back. I was like,
Who
"Who is
are you?
this?" You was talking about that gentleman
I,
from Arizona.
oh, that I said that I was gonna help him out.
Oh,
Did you get
yeah,
that?
and I was like, because I thought I was tripping and stuff. I said, "Oh snap, she's on a live feed." Because I saw your picture, you was sitting there. I saw the picture. You was sitting there with your legs crossed and your glass. I was like, "Oh, who is this? Hold on for a second. Is this a live feed?" And then that's when I
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
technically you just asked me a question, but yeah, you can.
I know I hate that. Why people do that? I'm just trying to.
Big,
Why do people do that? They do that all the time. Oh, and they do that to me all the time. Just fucking ask it. The question is,
no,
I,
I don't mind it and
it's a
stuff.
way to
But the thing
interrupt
is,
somebody. It's just a
people
way to interrupt somebody.
they just do that.
Well, they do it because they want to be heard, so they're gonna interrupt. But and then I forgot the question. The question was, why you keep on doing that to me? I forgot the fuck. But you're gonna say, but you just said that's the crazy part about it. You said that people that men, you notice that men don't like, I mean, like to be heard, or no, actually that women don't like to be interrupted, and you just have to listen to a woman the whole entire story. But you haven't done it to me yet. I noticed that. White men don't listen. Okay. I'm not gonna leave you alone. So yeah, I told him I know Solomon for probably since I've been on this app, maybe 4 or 5 years, right? So I know him for a very long time, and Mama Money as well. Like he's like a brother, an older little brother. I mean, you have you been on this app for a while?
I was on this app in since 2020, whenever it was actually fun. 2020 and
It's not
2021
fun for you no more. Why is it
was
not
the
fun?
best years of TikTok. You didn't have all of them community guidelines. Your videos got views and likes. You didn't have to worry about stuff.
Do you worry about that?
Yesterday, yesterday I got a community
Are you a
guidelines
live creator?
violation.
Are you a live creator?
I guess you can say that. Now,
Yeah.
yesterday I got
Why
a,
you
a
talking
Adrian, hear this. I want to get your opinion on this. I got
And
a
I don't
community
continue. I'll be talking
guidelines.
to you because I want to talk to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a community guideline violation for saying, huh. I typed in, huh, with a funny face because like I saw this video where this woman was cooking something very weird.
Okay.
And I typed in a huh face and then like
The whole
I think it
face.
might have been like a yuck face. Like I put that in and something. It was community guidelines. Well, damn, I can't even say huh and put in an emoji. You didn't have all of that in 2020,
I mean, that's nothing. I mean, this is my backup page. Actually, this is not my main page. My main page is somewhere else. But I'm banana for. They usually get me for sexual exploitation.
Is it because of the pic? I mean, you don't. But I mean, it's a picture. I mean, it's a dress, and you got on
The
heels.
picture of it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Or exploitation or harassment. Yeah, so this time it was harassment. This time it was harassment. So they got me for like a whole week. So I have a backup page, which this is my page, my backup, and then I have a backup. So your little emojis is light work.
Yeah. I don't even know why they gave me a community guidelines violation. I mean, it's
It
ridiculous.
could be about. It could be different things. It could be. It depends on who you are. What it really. It depends on a lot of. There's a lot of different facts. Let me tell you something. I've been trying to break the fucking code for years. There's no rhyme or reason. As much as we listen, I reposted a video. You know the one. Every they'll say repost, right? And I just reposted. It didn't have anything, no hashtags, no nothing. It just said on this day. That shit had about 10,000 likes within like 10 minutes. I don't know how the fuck it happened. I don't know how the fuck it moved. It was being watched. Hey, touch. And nothing. I was like, there's no rhyme or reason. It just picks into, and it was a stupid fucking video. It was a video of I went to a nail salon, right? And
Hmm.
I had to get my toes done. I just did my toes, by the way. So my plans was to go and get my toes. I was gonna not get my toes done. I was not gonna get my toes done just so that I could go ahead and hang out with this dude that ended up fucking dissing me. I'm glad he dissed me. Fuck it, I got my fucking toes done. I got my hands done and my toes done. I wasn't sitting here worrying about that shit. Fucking dummy. So okay. So what are you a life coach of then? If you don't know none of these things that I know.
Balance.
You
I
teach
have a.
balance is
It's
what?
a. So what I have from the Transformation Academy, which is in Clearwater.
Are you sickly?
You ever heard of the Transformation Academy in Clearwater?
No, I never.
No.
I heard a clear word because I work in St. Petersburg. So yes,
Okay. All right. So I have a professional life coach certification.
is that? What is that?
Balance. We talk about balance, like relationships, like when we talk about like work,
You talk about work. Okay.
school, mainly work life
You have more
balance.
men doing this than women.
Not specifically with what I'm doing. It's a lot of women that are social workers, big time.
I get it, but do they have a lot of men clients? Do you notice there's a lot of men who need to talk about their feelings more? That sound wrong?
No,
That sounded wrong.
no, actually, it's not. Actually, it's not.
Why
Now,
they
in the
all on
state,
this fucking app?
and here's the thing, like in the state of Louisiana, like I'm only authorized to talk with males. I'm not authorized to talk with females.
Okay, so you do talk to a lot of males.
I do and stuff, but I'm gonna tell you, like when we have our supervision, it's a lot of females that have problems and everything, and a lot of our mental health professionals, a lot of them end up quitting. We have a
Why?
high turnover rate at our agency.
Why?
A lot of the women they can't handle what other women are telling them. They can't handle it. I mean, they said, "Hey, look, this is it. I'm leaving." We have a very high turnover rate.
Wait a minute. The therapists are leaving or the clients are leaving?
No, no, no. The mental health professionals, the
Right.
therapists, yes, are leaving. Yes.
Because they don't want who to tell them what to do.
No, no, no. The mental health professionals are
Mhm.
leaving because they cannot handle a lot of what the clients are bringing to them, which are female clients. A lot of female mental health professionals are
Mhm.
leaving because of female client related stuff.
So when they tell, okay, so they're getting emotionally involved. Is that what it is? Like it's not in that way. Like I'm saying, like so somebody if my trauma is I don't know my man cheated on me, right? And I, as a therapist, have been cheated on. Is like bringing up that shit. Is that what you mean? Good morning, Kayla.
Part of it. But I will say this, Adrian, it's like this. A lot of people have a tendency to believe that bad behavior, you can go to a mental health professional to rectify that. And a lot of people, they don't have anything wrong with them per se. Like when we talk about mental health disorders and
It's
everything, we're
Mental
talking about
Health Awareness Month. You know that.
absolutely. So ADHD, ADHD, ADD, autism, those things are in the spectrum of what you call mental health professional, like stuff that we deal with. That's mental health. But there are some people, they are just, there's no easy way to say it. They just made bad choices and they want to keep making bad choices and they don't want to change. So they want to get a mental health professional
But the
with their
two.
insurance and they don't want to actually change anything. And so whenever people who are
Can I ask you something?
trained to be,
Okay, so don't you think it's kind of hard for somebody to just open up to a stranger, especially, I mean, how we grew up, right?
well, yeah, it can be difficult. Some
Right.
people are a little bit more open about it because they want somebody to hear them because they don't want to feel alone. Now, like I was saying, there are people who they make these bad choices and they make these bad decisions
Alone
and
how?
they want to get into mental health services, but mental health services are not a substitute for bad behavior. And when you say this, people get offended.
So
And
what's
and
what's
it's
the
a and it's a double and seeing with me it's a double side and stuff, so they can't outrun me.
that
Like
should
with
be
the boys
it.
that I deal with,
What's okay? I get it. No, but what are they trying to hear from? That's what I would think too.
well, see, I'm just saying like with my experience with my
Mhm.
boys, if I'm talking to them about well, really, it's a three-headed sword
Let me
with the
say your
boys.
boys.
So
You work with teenagers.
I work with young boys and I work with some teenagers, but the only teenagers that I have, they're getting ready to graduate and they're getting ready to move on. They
I
graduated the
asked you about a group
program.
home. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I asked you about a group home earlier is because my son works in a group home.
I
So
worked in a group home before too.
so he's in Arizona and he works with a bunch of kids, teenagers who have some type of essay with them, teenagers, boys, young. I'm like,
Mm.
which is nuts because I'm like, you got there's a group home. There's like, and it'd be overstacked, overpacked with with kids, which is so strange to me.
S8, huh?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
very common.
that they done it to somebody else. Right. Not that they did it to somebody else. At that fucking young ass fucking age. What the fuck what's going what the
It's
fuck?
very common.
I
And
I
and
see. I
and
see.
see and listen to what I'm about to tell you.
Hmm.
I live in Louisiana.
Okay.
Okay? So it's very weird and it's a very dark place, like where I live at, particularly Alexandria. Like it's very dark. It's very
Mm.
dark. But like I was saying, like earlier, it's like a one kid. He tried to kind of like basically like outrun me or try to like outsmart me. You can't outquaff me for one. You can't try to tell me something about like teenage stuff, whatever, because I was a teenager
Teenagers
and
are
I'm a man.
horrible. Teenagers
And
are
I'm a
horrible.
man. You can't tell me anything about that. When it comes to the mental health side or whatever, you can't outrun me that because I mean I'm your mental health professional. That's what I'm paid to do. And then when it
Okay,
comes like to
when you say run me, what do you mean by that? Because my son was having a problem with the kids, right? They were always fighting with each other, arguing, and I told my son, I was like, yo, go outside and tell them like, yo, I bet you I could beat you to the end of the block. I was like, yo, run with them, get that fucking energy out of them. So I'm telling, so that's when you were saying run, that's not what you meant.
no. Yeah, so let me explain
What
and
do you?
say it this way. Like he
Mhm.
tried to basically say, oh well, this is something that boys do. Okay, well look, I'm a man. I was a boy before. You
What do
can't. You
boys
can't.
do? Like
Let me finish.
beat
Let
up
me
on
finish.
me? I can't, but I don't understand what did he do?
Well, he was trying to outsmart me. You know how they try to get to a point to where they think that they know more than you,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and
Teenagers.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. They get to a point where they think that
Right.
they know more than everybody. He was trying to do that, and then he tried
Mhm.
to blame it on his mental health condition. I was like, dude, no, you can't do that because that has something to do with that. And then he started talking about, oh, well, my life is just like, no, I'm a life coach as well. So you have a counselor that is a life coach. You can't outrun me. I know what you're doing. I know what you're saying to me. You can't do that. Like, I mean, with one, I'm not allowed to say their names because it's hip and stuff. I know at 6:14 right now, I know he's getting ready to go into the living room and ask his mom for some Roblox or whatever, whenever he needs to be getting ready to get on the bus.
How old is he?
This wonderful individual is between the ages of 8 to 12. I know he's going to say
You
something to
let
his
an
mom
8
about
and 10 year
Roblox.
old make you get in your fucking feelings.
No, no, they don't and stuff, but I just know what
You're a fucking
you just,
kid.
you just know what they're going to say and know what they're going to
You're a
do
punk.
sometimes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just know what they say and what they're going to do sometimes. And they can be assholes.
They are assholes, but I mean, a 7 or 8 year old, that's a baby still. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine, Mama Money, your little kid sitting there bucking up at you? What? I thought you would talk like a 13, 14, like when their hormones start kicking in. Then I can understand because it's, for some reason it's like, and I
Some
don't
of
know,
them.
and I'm not saying that because I see it with men a lot, right? I don't know, why do men get threatened by teenage boys? I think it's so strange to me.
I'm going to tell you this. Some men, they don't feel threatened by teenage boys. They feel a sense of apprehension because on one hand, they want us to correct these boys so they can stop shooting and killing and doing different things. But whenever we get on their ass about something, we don't need a bunch of social workers and a
Mhm.
bunch of women coming to us trying to be nurturing. Right now, it's not the time for you to be nurturing. You need to let me get on his ass if he's fucking up. If he's fucking up, you need to let me get on his ass so that way he can get straight and we don't have no more drive-by shootings like we just did yesterday
So you
here in
saying that
Arizona.
the women are coddling the boys? Is that what you're
We have
saying?
a lot of that here in this part of the world. Yes, absolutely. You heard me correctly. Yes.
Okay.
And we keep failing and we keep having issues. And one thing that happened in our city councilman meeting just the other day, they was wondering, why the shootings? Why the shootings? Because
Let's,
these
all right,
boys, they
wait.
got all those fucking
Mr. Style.
guns.
All right, wait. I should have stopped you from before. You can't say those words on TikTok. That will get you bananas as well.
What?
So you have to say pew pew or unalive, or you have to like. So you can't say the actual direct words. You can't because that's a lot of
Oh,
violations right there. So
I
Mama,
forgot.
you go ahead, tap the screen, please. I'm sorry, guys. You could go ahead and tap the screen. I know you're just listening to us talk. Just listening to
Yeah,
us.
my bad. Because because they so, yeah, they will allow different things such as the trafficking and everything like that. But when we talk about this and talk about awareness, they got to come at us though. That's how they do us, Adrian.
We'll do what? Okay. I get it. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do understand it. I have a whole different way of thinking of things. But because I don't know, and I don't, and it's so funny because you said the coddling, right? And you saying good morning, Empress, good morning, Nat. You said the coddling, but who's actually doing? Okay, I get no, but I know you can't just sit there with their ass. I get it. I get that point too. You could go like this.
Who can't whoop who?
Good morning, Empress. Good morning. I'm over here talking to
Let me
JDH side.
and let me tell you something. As a mental health professional,
He's a
life
mental.
coach, whatever, I tell the parents if little Johnny or whoever get out of line, go ahead and whoop they behind. Go ahead and whoop them. Go ahead and whoop them.
I used to tell the teachers in school. So I have my youngest son was bad. He was fucking bad because my kids are like 10 years apart, right? And so I had a younger one. So because he's spoiled, I'm older now. I'm tired. I don't want to do this shit, right? So he was bad as hell. And I completely understand what you talking about, because I'll be like, I told the teacher, because I was up in that school every fucking day I was up in that fucking school, and then when I would get there, he's over there coloring in the fucking principal's office. I was like, yo, get in his ass. Told the teacher.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I will sign whatever paperwork you need me to fucking sign. I will sign it. I don't give a fuck. They were like, no. Yeah, I was up until third grade. I don't know. He had an old Southern teacher, and I don't know what the fuck she did to him, but yo, he straightened his whole ass out. He was never the fucking same. The teachers came back. The principal came back to me the last time. He said, they thought I put him on something. They were like, what happened to so and so? He's so much different. I was like, it's that teacher. That teacher didn't play with him. She got in his ass. I don't know what she said to him. I don't know what she did to him. I don't give a fuck. But whatever it was. And right now he's in the military. He's in the military now. I mean, ever since then, he's always been straight and narrow. I swear to God, that was not my parenting at all. All right,
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, that's a great career. That's a great career. I mean, to be interested, but
do I make you laugh?
I
think I'm funny. Do you think I'm funny?
Do I think you're funny?
Do you think I'm funny? I think I'm
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can be. You can be funny. You absolutely.
I can be. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and see, but I'm gonna tell you something.
When am I not funny?
Now that I'm talking with you, I can say that your voice actually matches your body. Your voice actually matches. No, your voice. No, I'm saying your voice matches your body. Like, I mean, you look how you sound.
I know.
And you do know that that's a good thing, right? I mean, shit.
You gotta tell me. You don't gotta tell me shit. Not too bad for 49 years old, right? My birthday was last month.
Hell no, it ain't bad. Shit.
My birthday was last month. I'm an Aries, right? So that's the reason why I felt like. So it's been my birthday all month of April. I had a great birthday. When is your birthday? You have a good birthday?
My birthday is on Christmas Day.
Stop playing.
No, I'm serious. My birthday is on Christmas Day.
Okay, I get it.
Christmas Day of '87. Christmas Day.
All right, so you like to be challenged, but not too much.
Right.
I get it. I understand it. I enjoy the conversation. Thank you for having a conversation with me. That's all that I really wanted. I love conversation. I really do. And I think a lot of times, I mean, even though you still see me as a woman and not as a person, but I think a lot of times is that men don't know how to have conversation. But do you notice that men have more conversation with other men than they do with women? Because they only see us as our body parts?
I can speculate. I can speculate as to why. And a lot of men, they believe that if a guy has a conversation with a woman, it's because, he's a quote unquote nice guy, or he's a quote unquote in the friend zone, or he's being used. And that's not always the case. Not always. And so some men, they don't want to actually have a conversation with a woman because they don't want to be caught up into that cycle. But also, some men, they really just do not know how to have a conversation with anyone, let alone be a woman or another man.
With anyone. I think it's just with anyone. I think it's just with anyone, because to me it's like, but I don't think so, because they go to work, right? They got to talk to their coworkers. They have family. They should be talking to their family members. Are you trying to tell me that they don't talk to nobody?
Respectfully, and of course respectfully, a lot of men don't take their ass to work in these parts. A lot of men do not work here.
So everything that you're talking about life experience outside of this app.
Life experience outside of this app. I'm talking about people I've met, that type of thing. So, but here in this part of Louisiana, a lot of men do not work.
Okay. What brings you to the app? What made you come to the app?
In 2020?
Mm-hmm. You said you came back and what it used to be fun. So what did you used to watch? Like when I first came to the app, It was about menopause. I was trying to research what the fuck am I going through. A lot of my friends that I've met, like Empress down there, I met her through that. I don't know. I met her through. She wasn't going through menopause, but in that same type of group, because we're all like around this age and we're all going through fucking changes and we're just loving this age. By the way, like Mama Money and earlier said, we're a bunch of cougars over here. We're very beautiful women on top of that. So,
Yep.
and usually we have a lot of crazy men on here. It's very rare that we have a man that I'm actually able to have a fucking conversation with. So
Right.
that's why they've been leaving me up here for so long and not coming up here and attacking you. Because usually we attack men a lot. we do. We just sit back and wait for you to say something stupid.
And then y'all just wait. So y'all wait for the opportunity to
Yeah,
attack or roast,
our
rather.
prey. You're like our prey.
Oh Lord.
Especially early in the morning. He's the only one that has lasted because he knows how to have a conversation. He knows how to conversate. It's not only need to be about being heard, because a lot of times they like to be heard, so they'll try to get your attention, whether it's through being mean and angry, and more than likely it's always about being mean. They always call the Mama Money a man. Always. Why?
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I'm
Call
all past
her?
the 304s and hoes. Like they get mad if we interrupt. If we inter, I don't. He's a life coach. Yes, he does work. She's not paying attention. See, she was you know what she was doing,
But
taking
why do
care
they
of
call her a man? She don't look like no man. That look like a woman to
because they
me.
don't like women. Because they don't like women. Because they don't like women. And what happens if you're aggressive, right, in your tone, or when you talk to somebody, all of a sudden we like masculine, and all of a sudden now we gotta start making fun of you. It's stupid to get attention.
But I honestly don't see how that could even really be the case if a woman is well, really it's like a double talk, or like really one is telling on themselves if you call a woman like masculine,
I think so.
because regardless of what position a woman may be or in,
Hmm.
a lot more women are actually working than men, especially that goes quadruple for this particular area. So if you call on a woman masculine, if you're a man and call on a woman masculine and she has a job and you don't, like you really just
I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's annoying.
I
I get it.
don't
Okay,
get
so
how
let
that
me
would.
ask. You know what? So for me, right? They say I'm masculine. They say I'm there. I'm constantly masculine. They're like, that's why you ain't got no man. They always feel like that's like I don't know, feelings or something. They always do it to me, to
I'm
Empress.
laughing at I'm laughing at the way that you shook your
Because that's how they be saying it. That's what they be saying. They're all sassy and shit. They be getting in the feelings. So this man yesterday, right? So he was in the prison system for 27 years. He had to keep on correcting us because we kept on saying 25. He was like, it's 27 years, right? And he was married, right? So a lot of times, so he was married. But we were talking about, okay, so I don't like, I would never get married again. I would never get married again. I would never do it. Right? So they always think that I got some undercover issue going on, right?
Mhm.
so, so this man told me that I needed to go therapy, right? So, but I was explaining to him, I'm like, listen, I've been a mother since I was 18 years old, from my mother's house to being a parent and just taking care of somebody for the last 30 years, right? I don't take care of no dogs now, no husband, no kids, no nothing. Why the fuck I want to do that again? And no matter how many times I fucking try to tell this man that, both of the men, they couldn't understand that. They couldn't understand that. So I'm like, well, when was the last time that you took care of somebody else besides yourself, that somebody was completely dependent on you? He said when he got married. I said, how the fuck did you give up yourself for your wife if you were in prison? So he didn't understand that. He thought that it was because, you could make money while you were in prison. That's what he said.
I don't even know how to process that level of.
So because of that, he said to my friend Empress down there, that's why you ain't got no man.
I don't I don't get that. And I guess that, some men, they may feel a sense of inflated confidence if you have some woman that's not like on her A game with what she should want, and they, so they able to pull her. Some people, some people call those particular women quote unquote pick me's. Some of these guys, if they are able to pull those type of women, they think that, oh, I'm up there now. No, you just pulling somebody who may not be familiar, or that woman may have actually not gotten familiar with what makes her confident. And you might pull a woman that's weakened, and you think that, oh, I'm somebody because of that. I don't think that that's really like a flex to say, oh, I pulled this chick or whatever. But then you find out about the chick. She just got out of a relationship. She's just trying to get over somebody, or a chick across town might have daddy issues and stuff. I mean, these guys, they think that they can just say, oh, that's why you ain't gonna have no man, or don't have no man. No.
He said it was
Get
because
out
of
of here.
feminism. He said feminism ruined marriages.
Wait, run it by me again?
he said feminism. Feminism ruined marriages.
Now, respectfully, that's part of the reason.
They have trains? They have trains over there? What is that, a railroad?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a
That's
railroad. I live in Georgia. When I moved to Georgia, right?
that's
I
the
didn't know.
630. That's the 630.
Does it
That's
shake
what
your
that
house?
is.
Does it shake your house? Those shits be going fast. Those shits gonna be going fucking fast, especially around this time.
Not this one. These
No,
damn,
but
it's Louisiana. They go slow as hell over here.
oh, it sounded fast.
No, but it's slow. And it's not. It's only like,
It was
he only got
slow.
4 cars on there.
How long you
Yeah.
gotta sit up? How long you gotta sit by it? There was been times that because I sold my house when I moved to Georgia. I didn't know where I was moving to. I just sold my house and I loved it so much. Within 3 weeks, I closed on it. I had no idea across the street was like a cow pasture farm. I don't know what the fuck. There was cotton fields down the block. I couldn't believe it. See, I'm New York, and I thought like we were like we think we know every fucking thing. I didn't know shit. I noticed.
Yeah, but it's only like about a minute or whatever. Because I'm looking out the window right now. He only has like a couple
I
of
love that
cars on
sound.
there.
There was a railroad that was near my house. It wasn't even that close. It had to be like a mile or two. And I would hear it. I love the way that shit sound. My father used to drive trains when I was growing up. That's what he in New York. He it was, what is it like? What they call it? Motorman? It was a motorman. So I love the sound of trains. All right.
Okay, so like I was saying,
What were you saying? Are you gonna
now
brush
when
your
it
teeth?
comes,
Are you on the phone with me? Are we on the phone?
now when it comes to like marriages and stuff, it's just not.
What? But you don't
ma-
know. You never been there.
Feminism is not just the reason why like marriages have ended. I mean,
It's not
it's
the only reason.
a lot of factors.
Is it an actual reason? I didn't know it was
Hmm?
an actual reason. I didn't. Is it an actual reason though?
There's more than one reason.
I don't know. Okay.
Can't
So
just blame it on feminism. Because here's the
feminism is
thing:
one of them. That's
if I
crazy.
blame, if we blame feminism,
You really blame there's not a lot of marriages because women want to work?
I mean, that's not the
That's
case.
what you just said.
It's really hard to say because see, here's the thing. I believe this: if feminism was 100% the problem for why marriages don't work, nobody would be fucking married. If that's the case, I mean, it's more.
I
It's
wouldn't think
more
that would
to
be
it.
a factor. That's why I wouldn't even think that would be a factor.
Well,
Because anyway, at this and day with the price of everything, right? So we both gotta fucking work. Let's be real.
but if I'm just saying, but if we just say feminism, just feminism itself was the reason, then nobody would be married. That's the thing. So
I don't know because I can honestly my smart friends. I'm not one of those smart friends. My smart friend Empress, she's a smart friend. Hey, what's up? She's not in here. She's not in here. You could go away. You could go away. Mama money too. I don't know. I don't know if you ladies think that feminism, but I get it. I get it. So okay. So of course. So I don't want to ask you that. So you want to get married because you never been married before, right?
well,
Why are you you doing?
Eventually.
You are brushing your teeth. You are brushing.
No, I'm not brushing my teeth.
You are. You brushed your teeth before you started getting on this fucking app.
I'm not brushing my teeth. I'm snacking on something.
Well, what you eating?
Chicken. Fried chicken.
At 6:30 in the fucking morning.
Damn right. Sure am.
Who made it? Who made it?
I picked it up from Kroger.
I love Kroger. But Publix chicken is better. Publix chicken is much better. I love Kroger.
Yeah.
They can't beat Publix chicken.
Yeah. And Publix got some good ass fruit.
Do they?
Hell yeah. Every time I come to Florida, I get Publix and I, have fruit as I.
Like, there's no fruit over there? You live in fucking Louisiana. There ain't no fruit there. What's the fruit that it grows? Florida has what? Oranges, right? Florida have oranges. And Georgia has peaches. What's Louisiana's fruit?
The main fruit they grow here is strawberries. We have a lot of strawberries and a lot of blueberries.
We have a like my town right here in Florida.
That fruit is crawfish. Louisiana fruit is crawfish.
Yeah, we got crawfish.
That's a fruit?
No, it's not a fruit, but crawfish.
I was being funny.
Oh, you're so sad. That's what I'm like. That's what I'm like. Remember that fucking stupid? As I was thinking of the fruit. What's that fruit that's like red and it got like all these little spice around it? Where the fuck is that? What kind of? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what kind
of. You talking about dragon fruit?
Oh, I love dragon fruit.
Where do dragon fruits grow out of? What state?
Mexico.
Do they really? Oh. That's what I was thinking. I was like, is that called crawfish? That's what. Don't mind me. Don't mind.
Dragon fruit. I like to eat lychees and rambutans too.
What?
Lychee and rambutan. They real good.
He was born and raised in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's next. She's like, she know about this. Good morning. Now, how you doing this morning? Did you have a good morning so far?
Who, me?
You.
No, I ain't got no good morning, y'all. I don't.
What's the matter?
Because
Early.
I think that I might be confused some days.
Okay, I think, is that on menopause? That's why I feel like it is about me too. I be having brain fart.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I was just talking to Mr. Styles over there. It's one of the symptoms because I had to look it up because I was looking at my bathing suit pictures last year. My shit was flat. And all of a sudden I got this fucking little belly going on. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so I was looking up the symptoms of premenopause. So this belly coming up, that's menopause, and brain fart, they say. Also itching of your hands and your ears. That's another symptom. I know.
Did you just say a belly is one of the symptoms?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so is that really one of the symptoms?
I don't Google it.
I mean, is having a big booty a symptom of it too? Like, damn.
It could possibly be because ain't that what they consider the old folks spread?
Is that what that means? I thought this was because they just been. Is that what it is? I have an old folks spread. Okay, I like that though.
You ain't never heard them say, "Girl, you wait till you get that old folks spread."
I did not know that's what it means. Because when somebody spreads to me, is that they be getting it in. They get me spread out.
Shit. in that case, I'd be narrow as hell.
When you say, because when you getting it in, your whole shape and body changes. I think that's another reason why. Because I ain't getting that. I think that's another reason why. Because I definitely was getting some more last year than I get there. You fucking man, that. Did you hear? So you heard yesterday about
the man that went to prison? Yeah, I was in here.
Okay,
so I guess I really missed out on a live then yesterday because what a time. apparently this
We
was.
have we always have a good time. So Ned, but let me ask you this, because the original thing was had nothing to do with any of that. It had to do with this guy that was in my chat, right? He lived in Tampa, and I told him to. So I was like, okay, hit me up in my inbox. I gave him my number. He sends me a picture of himself.
Hmm.
Why do men? So I was. That was the fucking question of the. That's what we were talking about. I don't know how the shit fucking went left field, but I know that has happened to you, right? That you.
It happened to me. It happened to me actually 3 days ago,
Hey, isn't that weird?
and it was just a regular conversation we was having. I mean, we wasn't even talking on the phone. We were just texting back and forth,
Mhm.
and then I told him, I said, well, I'm finna get ready to lay down or whatever the case might be, and I was like, I'll talk to you tomorrow or whatever,
Mhm.
and I put my phone down, and then I heard my phone beep, and I looked at it, and it was 3 inches of nothing,
He's stupid. He sent you a picture of a.
and I was like, that what the is that what the fuck that person impressed me? Block. You block. You block for 3 reasons. Number one, you shouldn't have never done it. Number two, you didn't send me nothing that I wanted to see.
Girl,
And number three, you just struck out because that wasn't even
what was I supposed to do with that?
that's not sizable for me.
I
No.
mean, like,
Um, yeah, let's.
that's not what I was talking about. But
But oh well, you asked me what happened with me. I just
I mean, just like a
it's,
regular picture. And the guy, that's a regular picture. The guy didn't send me an inappropriate picture. I can understand that
yeah,
because that's nuts. There's something wrong with him. But like,
yeah,
just send you a picture. Like, so the guy, so I told him let's go out. He lives in Tampa, and the first thing he does send me a picture of himself. So I was trying to get him on the live, so I kept on sharing the live to him, so he could come to find out like what's up with that because I didn't respond. Well, actually, I did respond. I said, "You don't even gonna tell me your name?" And he said, "Well, it's in my profile." I said, "And so is this picture." I said, "You know what? Let me just go ahead and start all over." I said, "Good morning." He said, "Good morning," and then that was it. He didn't follow up with a date, a phone call. So I'm like, did he just want validation or something? Because I didn't give him what he needed to say, "Oh, you look so amazing." I guess
So whenever you say that, it was like no follow up and stuff. It was no
we
time
were
to
we were
link
supposed
up
to
or
go out
nothing
that
like that.
day. We were supposed to go out that day.
That's why you got your nails done, your toes
No,
done,
I
and
told him
everything.
I would cancel my nail appointment to go hang out with him because that's how much I wanted to hang out with him because I just wanted to be outside and have a adult conversation with somebody.
Mm.
But he was too busy sending me a picture. So anyway, I was trying to share it to him yesterday. He wouldn't come in, and then after the live, I noticed that he blocked me. He blocked me on that.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know what that confuses me. That one of my confusions, like I really don't know what men's want these days. They throwing out all these different. What do a woman bring? What can you bring to the table? What do a woman bring to the table? What what
They're the
do a
prize.
man? What do a man get out of being in a relationship? And I'm so like they throw out so much to the point where I'm like, okay, well, why don't all y'all just go with each other and just leave us alone?
Exactly. Come on, Miss Shay. Exactly. It's what I was talking to Justin about earlier. I'm like, they don't like women. They don't like women. They want to hang out with each other. They want to like, hey, let's go out. There was that you was here the other time, right? When this married man was on here and he was saying that his wife was taking off of work and to see him, and
Yep.
he was pissed off at her. He was pissed off at and I'm like, you don't want to hang out with your wife? And he said, no. He was like, he likes to hang out with his homeboy, with his friend, right? I
Mm,
said, when was the last time? When was the last time? What do you do with your friends? To me, I was thinking, what do you do with your guy friend that you can't do with your wife, right? And my mom, like, you play ball or something, right? He was like, no, they went to a baby shower.
yep.
Him and
I
his
was on there.
homeboy went to a baby shower together, and that was more important than hanging out with your wife.
Um, Adrian, repeat that last bit of information, please.
You heard what I
They
said.
went to a baby shower with
Uh
his
huh.
homeboy. He
Yeah.
he got mad because his wife was off took off to be with him. He had an issue. He was angry about it, and he wanted to be with his homeboy so they can go to the baby shower together. I slowed it down for you, sir.
Okay. I'm glad you slowed it down and everything out. So this is what he said. This is what really went on. Like he really.
This is what's out here. This
Yes,
is what's out here.
yes,
This is what's out here.
yes, sir.
I understand. And he was married with her for a long time too. And I can understand that marriage is not fucking easy. And so I know that's the whole thing too, right? Me and Nate, you've been married before too. Being a marriage
Yes,
is not easy. We understand we tired of listening to the same fucking stories. I wake up and go to bed with you. I'm tired. You fucking tired. So I get that. But if we have a sporadic, have you ever done that, Nat, where you just, where you showed up at home where he didn't realize you were gonna be home, but then he get upset and angry, or he was just like, oh shit, now we have nothing planned and we could just watch TV and just fuck.
right. Yeah, yeah,
He didn't want that with his wife. It was weird. But we're the problem.
right.
I don't know.
That's what they say.
I don't know. That's what they keep
Okay.
on saying.
They
But
say
so
that
do you
it's
think,
not.
Celine, do you think on that? Do you think feminism, because he said feminism was part of it, and the other guy was saying it too.
I said it was one of the reasons, but
I don't think it should be any reason.
it's not just a definitive just blaming it all on one particular thing, which is it's other reasons. It can play and take a role, but it's not just feminism as that and stuff. Because I mean, I'm listening to this, and I'm not, of course, saying that either one of you are lying. Absolutely not. It's just that when I hear things, I ask questions because I like to verify what it is that I heard, because that's just odd. I'll say that. I'll just leave that alone. I really hope that whenever he went to that baby shower that it wasn't for another woman, like to go and try to be with her.
We didn't even pass that shit. We didn't even care. Nobody was asking questions. We didn't know any of the details because we just stopped them like a baby shower. So
Yeah, I don't.
we didn't even ask if that was because we didn't even ask, right now. Do you remember hearing him
No,
say,
no, we didn't. No.
I don't know. All I know is that that's odd. Like if we and see, and then another thing.
What's the other thing?
If I'm with somebody, this is just my thing. This is just me. This is just Justin. This is what I do. If I'm with someone, I'm not always going to be with my homeboys. And another thing, whenever I'm like, let's just say if I'm running errands between work or something, I wake up, I get dressed, I go take care of a few things. I don't always need to have my damn homeboys riding with me to go somewhere. I can go by myself. I don't need my homeboy going with me to the store. I don't need my homeboy with me to go cash my check or whatever. I don't need my homeboys with me
I don't
all the
remember
time.
my father ever having friends.
My mother was never had friends. We just always been. Even me and my sisters, we the same way. Like, we don't do friends. We don't have people coming up our house. We
Right.
don't hang out. We don't do all of that. It's mainly family.
Family, right. And that's every once in a while. That's not even all the fucking time.
Right. That part. Really don't be
I think it's
wanting
better that
them there.
Okay, so
But I'm learning to understand that everybody is different.
everybody's different.
Everybody is different, and we
And they
just
have
live differently, I guess.
and that's what it is. It's just having that understanding of that because I guess I learned it the hard way because I thought everybody thought like New Yorkers. I thought we all talked the same. I didn't even know that I had an accent. I had no idea I had an accent until I moved from the South. All of a sudden I had an accent. I'm like, I have an accent. And then I go back to New York and I started hearing people talking. I was like, ooh, do I sound like that? So I don't like that accent at all.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that it's coffee and not coffee.
No,
I'm going to continue to.
coffee.
I'm going to continue to. No, go ahead. No, it's cool.
You
Just go
can
ahead and say it.
continue as much as you want.
He's so silly.
CAWFEE. You're gonna say like CAWFEE. I like that. Okay, all right. But it
All
is
right.
coffee, just to let you know.
So, you said that you is what type of coach or what coach?
I work in mental health, and I'm also a life coach.
Okay.
He's a mental health and life coach. Did you but for teenagers you said, right? Oh, they're not even teenagers. They're like
Young boys,
8-year-olds.
and some are teenagers.
Okay. Yes, for boys. Isn't that pretty cool? In Louisiana.
Yeah, that's real neat.
Yeah, he does that over there. So I thought that was pretty cool. So he said he was telling us the most craziest stories though about them. But he is the first. So you didn't I was gonna tell you all his personal business, but I'm like, no, we're gonna be quiet.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, actually he's been. Have you been listening for a while? I saw you down here.
Yeah, I've been listening.
He hasn't given me any material to joke on him about. Has he given you any?
Mm-mm. No. He know how to stay in the safe zone.
Yeah, because he's right there. He's right there on the line. Because some of the shit he says is like, oh, I love you. I'm so, we're sorry. He quiet up there. I see he already knows. Wow.
So I do have a question
Go
though.
ahead.
Maybe he can answer our question.
Okay.
Um, sir. So a lot of women's these days we enjoy our comfort zone, like being single and free and at peace. And men folks somehow they have a problem with it.
Mhm.
You know, they always telling us that we just can't find no man, or we, like she said, we masculine and that just ain't cool. And what is your take on a woman just at the age and at the point of just happy with her freedom and her peace? What is your take on it?
None. I have no take because I'm not familiar with every type of lifestyle. Because even though I would have been married if my fiance wouldn't have passed away, I never have been married, so I can't actually speak on that. Because as educated as I am,
Mm.
somebody that's in their late 40s, 50s, if they've been married and they have a child that's around my age, I'm not actually qualified to really even speak on why. I'm not qualified to discuss that because a lot of them who say that they raise children that are like my age or a little bit younger, and I haven't raised any children, so I'm not qualified to speak on that. So I don't know why. If it's older women that say that they enjoy their freedom. Love that
See,
picture, by the way.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let me ask you something though. Do you think it's because wouldn't you have like a mother our age? That's fucked up to say. That's how you
No,
hanging
my
out the
mother's
mom in the
like
club.
older. She's not like y'all's age. She's
All
like
right, well,
older,
how old
but
is
I'm
your
just
mother? She's not that much older than us. Cause you what? You 32 years old?
how old are you, sir, if you don't mind?
37.
37.
Yeah, she ain't gonna be too much older than us then.
Yeah. She's 64, about to be 65.
That's all. I mean, it's not that much. That's my mother's 80. My mother is 83.
My mother's 74.
Right?
Yeah. And I mean, and the thing is, it's like I said, I mean, some things, I mean, you don't have to have an opinion on. And I can boldly tell you three words and I can mean them. I don't know. I can
Yeah.
boldly tell you that.
Let
And
me
I
ask
don't
you,
have
do
a
you want to
problem
get
saying that.
married? Do you want to get married again? Or not even again, you never been married. So do you want to get married? Because you said you're 37 years old.
Right.
Would you get married?
Yeah, I'm open to getting married again. Uh, getting engaged again, and actually getting married because, like I said, she passed away due to health reasons. But yes, I'm open to getting married.
That's young.
Well, you also spoke that you don't have any childrens too, right?
That's correct.
So, that's something that you looking forward to, and you are 37.
Yeah, I'm still open. I mean, to having children, but the thing is, I want to make sure I'm married first.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Ooh, so that's a
That's
rough number to want kids. I ain't no way.
it. That's
Ain't no way. I be like, no.
no, right? And that's so. Do you have a problem? So when you dating women, do you have that intention in your head?
Sometimes, yeah,
Do you court women, or do you court women? Like, you sit around and be watching them and looking at them and see if she's a potential wife, or do you just every girl you meet, you be like, yo, come on, let's just hang out, and then you could tell by the conversation you have with her.
both.
Hmm.
It's kind of fucked up.
Like,
It is.
I don't know. I guess it's just a girl thing because I found it funny too when you said both. I don't.
And you know what I love when I realize that it's not just me, because sometimes I be thinking like, am I that fucked up? I'm glad people understand me. Men don't understand me. That's why we're masculine. Oh, so this was going back. Damn, I want to bring it all the way back to something healthy. So this is what men think I emasculate them, right? So when I'm in bed with them, right? So I was talking about this guy that I'm about to swing the block on that because it's like I'm desperate times, come from desperate fucking measures. So I'm about to spin the block with him, and he was. So there's a thing that when you. Oh, have you ever, everyone, when you get there, right? When you get there, is there like, do you like gig? I'm a giggler. I like to giggle. Some women cry, some women scream, some women are quiet, right? So do you have like a tell all? I'm
You asking him?
asking you. So,
Mm, I'm trying to think. I
so,
don't think so.
so what happens is I'm a giggler. I laugh, right? And men have told me that I emasculate them because I'm laughing. What kind of shit is that? I be like, what? I'm not laughing at you. Like, I think this is so strangest thing.
I think what I do for a living kinda throw men sideways.
That's true. I agree. I agree with that. But I love that. That shit is so fucking sexy to me. I don't know how people can think that shit is not ladylike. I think that shit is way ladylike.
Some men they just automatically just say, "Oh, you masculine because of what you do." So,
The type of a job that you have. Okay, so that pretty much has to do with feminism, right?
hmm
I get it. That's
yeah.
it. So we got the problem. The feminists or the men? I think
I
they're the cause of the not having marriages because they don't like women who go out there and drop sex.
I don't know what to think about men's no more. At one time, I thought I had it packed down, and I knew,
That dude, they're
but
all stupid. They're all
but
stupid.
the more I come on TikTok, and it's really TikTok. The more I come on TikTok, and the more I listen at men's, and I listen at how they go by doing things, it makes me wonder.
It's odd. It's definitely odd. But you know what? I noticed it, but it happened because I went out last weekend for my birthday. 2 weekends now, about 2 weekends ago for my birthday, and I was outside. I was in heels from to 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, just dancing. My thighs were fucking hurting me. The next day, I had a good fucking time. But I was meeting men out there. I didn't get nobody's number. I was talking to a lot of fucking men. I was talking to a lot of men, and there wasn't. They thought they were the fucking prize too. They was like, I think I like you. You think you like me? What you mean? I might take you home to show you my apartment. You might like I'm supposed to sit there and jump up and down and get your attention. Fuck you. And these are grown ass fucking men. These are grown ass men. I don't understand why they feel like they just need attention so fucking badly. Sorry, Mr. Styles.
But I think this is what I think. I think it's the younger generation, and I think that it's the music. Now,
Really?
this is just my opinion. I think it's the music, and it's the younger generation where, you know, when I was in my dating young ages, and I was doing the little flirt thing or whatever you want to call it, men's actually had to win a woman over. Like, they had to come with their lines and,
Right. Right.
throw the lines out there, and then
I love
they
that.
had to ask you
Music.
for a date, and then they was gentlemen, they arm up your door and all of that. And you went on 3 or 4 or 5 dates before you know what I'm saying,
You
you
was going.
considered yourself as boyfriend, girlfriend. But we also, that's what men's actually look for. They look for a relationship. They wanted to be in a relationship back in our younger days. But now it's like, if you got some tree rolled up, we doing it. Period. Like, it's no respect
Really?
that they seeing, that they can just get it quick, easy, and ain't even got to know the person. I ain't know. They don't even have to have decent conversations. It's just, you smoke, I smoke. Shit, let's get
Oh,
together.
really? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. That's way too much. I mean that I get it. I think that I don't know. Good morning, Mama Money. I know she's doing that. She's doing our kid thing. I don't think that's like. Is it? See, I don't date. Have you do date younger men, Mama? Net.
You said, have I dated a younger man?
Yeah. Because
No.
are grown men saying this shit? This is what I want to like in their 50s.
No.
Oh.
I haven't. I
Good
never
morning.
I
Good
never
morning.
went more than 2 years up under my age.
Okay, well, that's not that much younger. Okay, so 2 years younger than age, they talk about they want to roll up. That's a fucking problem.
No, no, no. No, not with me. I'm saying that's what these younger generations are doing, and the younger girls are jumping on any man, older, younger. They don't care. They just out here exploring. Like, a man don't have to say too much to get
Now,
their
Nick,
way.
Mhm.
Yes,
I ain't gonna
ma'am.
let you do it. I ain't gonna let you do it.
Don't let
Cause
me
this
do it
cougar,
then.
this cougar right beside you gonna roll up every time. But it ain't just the young folks. But
I
I'm just
swear.
saying,
But okay, but Mama Mo,
this
you
this
understand what I'm
retired cougar
saying,
of
though.
46 gonna roll up every day.
Hey, you running late, Mama Money. You running late because I was on. It was
But
like 3 o'clock in the morning when I rolled up.
but
Yeah, no,
Mama
I ain't
Mo,
late. I
but
ain't late.
Mama
I
Mo,
done got the
you
kids to
know what
school and
I'm
everything, child.
saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the younger generation, the way they go about doing it, like, it's more people, more younger females. They just want to have a fun time
You serious?
instead of a relationship, which got it, where the men feel like they don't have to fight or try, bring nothing forward to get somebody. Now they just, now they just feel like they can just walk up to you. What's up with your fine ass?
Why would they?
Damn, you sexy as hell.
Oh, I would love that.
We
Look, see,
I would
that's the
love that.
problem.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that.
I do. I be
Mm.
I
like,
get these men that be
it
sitting here
turns me
looking at
off. That's a
themselves all
turn
fucking
off.
day, just looking at themselves, and just thinking they're a fucking prize. Like, you supposed to, because every single man that I went to, I approached them. They didn't come to me. I had approached them, and shit was fucking crazy. I was like,
Now
what?
I can't approach a man because I just don't feel like he gonna be a man in a relationship if I gotta approach him.
Is that why I'm asking?
I
So
don't know, but
that's
I
not
get called masculine because I'm brown and I got a deep voice. It's quite a few features that we have that make men call us masculine. Or not men, make the little boys call us masculine because the men I know don't do that. But the
No, it's
boys
so
do.
weird that they even
The
say
ones that have men ages but boys mentalities.
boys
So
mentality. They're
there's a
stuck in
difference.
1996.
Yep. A big
well,
difference.
Mama Mo, you ain't no browner than me, and your voice ain't no deeper than mine, Mama Mo. But I
But you know,
mean,
society got black men just tore up, tore down, and all out of whack. They got this picture that they got to have the other ones on their arms and not us. We just the the ones they knock up, knock down, and keep it pushing. They don't want to invest in having a relationship or making babies and houses and futures and stuff with us when they can run out there and
I
go
just
get the little young ones that are of a different nationality or mixed or all of the other things.
So I think it's a young thing. I think it's like Nat had said earlier too. I think the young ones are so eager beavers and they jump on it so hard that that's where they get used to a woman
right,
jumping on them.
right,
They don't feel like they have to work at it. They don't have
yes.
to feel like they have to try hard. They don't have to court. They don't have to open up doors. They don't have to do any of that shit because he's the prize because he's the grown man with money who's gonna sit there and buy
And
you drinks and cigars and shit.
about 2 months ago, I had a man to tell me I was overly independent. I said, "What the fuck is that?"
At this grown ass age, we should be.
Overly independent. Sir, can you
You by
help me out with
yourself.
that?
When you by yourself, how can you be overly independent? And I have never understood that, but I've
that,
heard that
I'm
nonsense too. I'm
independent.
by
that
myself. Who the hell else gonna pay the bills?
help you with what understanding what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he said that I was overly
Keep your man up here, Brandon.
independent.
Because there are people that actually gave him excessive value. That's why. I mean, somebody with that had value placed upon them that should not have. They're gonna think that a lot of these men. I mean, like I said, like I was telling Adrian earlier, like I live in Alexandria, Louisiana. So you have a lot of that to where men are not actually working and women are taking care of them, and they have multiple children by multiple women. that
Now
that happens. And then
he didn't
some of these guys are actually like older too. That are still doing that.
he didn't have no kids.
Never.
He didn't have no kids.
He's the one with the no kid.
Um
Well, but even if they don't have like children, sometimes that still can be the case. I mean,
That they can't find work.
no, he
no, it's not
was
that they
Well,
can't
but I'm
find work.
saying
It's just the
from
fact
what
that they
he's saying.
don't.
So you
It's
have
just
to
the
step
fact
on
that
a
they
woman
don't go to
to
work.
get
It's not that they
better.
can't find work. It's just that they just choose not to. And it's been a value placed on some of these guys who are just, you know, everybody like the swag, everybody like the charm and everything. These guys don't put any effort into doing anything, and everybody think that that's cool and stuff. And it's a lot of women that actually have given these guys attention, but when it's time to be responsible, they don't want to deliver. I don't. I
They
don't
would
want to.
call
I don't
men
want to.
overly independent.
Well, I don't know
I mean,
about
at the name,
all
why
that.
the name calling? Why the name calling? According to them, that's name calling.
I
Why?
don't know.
Why you feel like you gotta say that
Respectfully,
to hurt my
respectfully, of
feelings?
course,
Like this don't make
respectfully.
any sense.
You have to, it's an accident because I don't know, but that's the only thing
What
I
are
can
asking you
speculate.
about?
well what would you consider an overly independent woman? Tell me
I
what would
don't,
make
I don't consider anything like overly independent because we all depend on each other in society. We all need each other, so I don't really see how
You need
anybody could
me?
really just
You
be.
need me, mama? Money? You need me?
Um,
Next? You need me?
So check this out. So I don't think he gonna be able to answer the question them idiots ask you. He don't think like them. If he don't think like them, he can't answer them
Oh, is that the
dumbass
reason
questions.
why?
And that's
Okay.
pretty much it. I
Oh,
made that
ooh,
statement earlier when I
she
said
like
there are men, there are boys with men ages. And we tend to think they're men because that's what they look like, imitate, and
you.
should be. But they're
Mm,
not. And so when they come out their mouth with that nonsense, I put them on mute. I don't hear anything else they have to say. So
right.
from that point forward, you can stop talking to me because you are irrelevant.
Right.
And I move on. But a
Right.
lot of women can't do that. I'm an Aquarius, so I can cut you off in a heartbeat. A lot of women can't do that. They're emotional. They get
Really?
all tied up with what he look like, what he sound like, and his
Right.
swag. Well, I'll cut
Right.
your ass off. I don't care what your
Yeah,
swag
that's
look like. Because
Right.
if you ain't right, I ain't got
Exactly.
time.
Right.
Exactly. Because and unfortunately, there are a lot of women who just simply don't do that, and that's why you have a lot of these boys that I go and I see as a life coach and as a mental health professional. Hey, can I ask you how come my dad don't ever pick up the phone? And I just look over at their mom and I'm like, okay, you want to clarify, ma'am? Because I can't speculate on what this grown man is not doing. But yes, you're absolutely right. It's excessive value. And they know that this man is not going to go to work or do what he need to do, but they get caught up in the swag and the look.
That's bullshit. At this grown ass age, that's what I don't understand.
Well, you got to think. I mean, it's a lot of bullshit for us too. Some men, we put up with a lot of bullshit.
You don't
Well, no,
even.
wait. Let me rephrase that. Some of us bullshit is presented to us, and some of us choose to deal with it, and some of us choose not to.
So I had asked Justin. Let me get the ladies up to date. How we had started this conversation was with about his last date was a month ago, and she switched it up on him. So I couldn't understand what the hell that meant. Switched it up. So he said that he didn't tell her that she had a husband and that she had kids. Right. So I don't. So I'm like, so she didn't tell him. I don't know how that's a switch up, but
Let me allow me, if you don't mind.
okay.
So basically, she didn't disclose or give out that information that she was separated, which is still fucking married, and have going through a custody battle. Like an hour away from where I live at, because it's a military base here called Fort Johnson / Fort Polk. So she's going through a custody battle, and still married to her husband. I'm like, well, I don't deal with married women. I'm not doing that. I'm not messing around with no married women. Like, I'm single. If
But he
we are
found out on
gonna,
the date. He found when he was on the date. Well, how did she tell you that? She said, "Hey, by
well,
the way."
this was like in the parking lot before we actually go to the movies. Like, and I'm like, I'm gonna be attending this movie by myself. Now I can't tell you what to spend your money on, but my black ass is not going to be paying for your ticket, because I'm
So you
not
think he
paying for
was
no
on the
married woman
date?
ticket.
She
Huh?
was in her own car.
Right. She showed up on her
Okay.
own.
Okay.
I wasn't just gonna leave her. I wasn't gonna do that.
Okay.
But
I was just.
I let it be known. I say, look, I just simply cannot do that because you're married. I'm not
I
doing
said,
that.
"Come up then in the parking lot, and not
I think
maybe
she
before you on the
it just came out. She said like, oh, I had to go do this, I had to go do that, and then I had to go and check on my kid because of this or whatever. And I said, hold on, your kid, wait a minute. And then that's how it, came about.
And then she probably said, my husband got the kid. And then you
phone.
like, my husband? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
She
feel you
slipped.
100%.
She
I don't do
slipped.
that shit either. So I don't
Man.
date men that holler about, I'm separated, I'm still married. Baby, if you ain't got a divorce, don't talk to me. I ain't got time. And I didn't date nobody until I got a divorce. Well, I ain't dating nobody after the divorce, 2 years later either. But I'm just saying, I don't take marriage lightly. That was something that I planned on doing one
Right,
time only. I
right,
had that type of mentality about marriage that I had it on a pedestal like that, and I still do. So I
exactly,
cherish it. When you don't cherish marriage, you don't give a damn about it, and you treat it just like that as such, and that's your actions that you show,
right.
and that's
And
what those
see,
people do. So
exactly,
I don't appreciate it in no kind of way. And if you do that to him or her, you gonna do the same thing to me if we get married. So ain't no need of me talking to you.
exactly. And so, and my thing is this: I was like, well, damn, I don't. And she just kept asking me questions. I said, well, look, I don't know how he feels about you. I don't know his name. I don't know what your child feels about you. Your child may love you. I don't. The only thing I can speculate was that he was military. that's the only thing that I can speculate because, they lived, like I said, in Fort Johnson, which is a military base, but I left it after that and stuff because we say that it's about, feminism, women did this, women did that and stuff. But I think that a part of the reason is men, they don't have a honor as well either, because this is just my thing. I was one, and I pride myself on being one of the first teenagers of this 21st century. You know what I'm saying? I mean, born in 87, I turned 13 in 2000. We had homeboys at the table to say, hey, man, that's Terry girl. Hey, man, Leroy and what's her name going together and stuff. I saw them at the mall last week. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. We knew once our homeboy told us, hey, that's such and such girl, step the fuck off. You don't go and mess with another man girl. We just knew that shit. So now all of a sudden you got a bunch of guys, I'll go and mess with your chick. I'll go and do this. I'll go do that. They just think that they can just go and have all of these different women and stuff. And I think that if men did honor relationships and marriages like so, they used to be better. Because I don't.
You just described my fucking life. Because my ex-husband, my son's father, his brother, and his cousin, I slept with all of them.
Not in that part. I ain't do that part. He just described it where I remember the men that used to, that would, tell each other.
Hold on.
When you walk up,
I got lost.
They like, that's such and such old lady.
Hold on, mama, please. I got lost in that list.
We still hang out. Actually, we having a family.
You said you did what?
My son's father, his brother, his homeboy, and my ex-husband. We all knew each other. We were not at the same time, but we all knew each other. And they all know about each other. And then we all go on vacations together too.
I'm going on mute, child.
Hold on, you slept with all of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God
because
damn.
it's a small town. When you live in a fucking small town, I don't like. I mean, like I said, I didn't realize how sheltered was. I'm from New York, right? But I live in Long Island, and they consider Long Island the country, right? So I always grew up thinking I lived in the country. So we lived in small towns. Like we would call each other townies. Like we were like only hanging out with the same people in our same little town. So yeah, so we more than likely we slept with somebody. My ex-husband. I know I went to school with his son's mother. Like we all grew up in the same neighborhood, so we all are somehow or another entwined.
Oh, but I listen, but I don't judge.
Yeah, I listen too, and I ain't finna let you do that. I grew up in a small town. I ain't have mixed with nobody in town. Everybody was out of town to make sure. I didn't do that. So no, ma'am, we all didn't do that because we were in a small town. No, ma'am, I just didn't take what was there. I went on outskirts and found me something that wasn't there that the other ones ain't gonna be partaking in.
Circumstances. I just happen to be just like I'm a little fucking thot.
Hey.
To
each his own.
Like it. It doesn't matter. There's no. I always like it.
To each his own. But I grew up in a small town in the country.
All right, that's my
and I'm like Mommy Mo, I never messed with nobody in my town. Number one, because my dad's side family was huge and my mom's side family was huge. Okay. And there was cousins that we never knew and never met. And so if we brought a man home, even if he wasn't from the same town, we had to go down the question line before we could even do anything. So who your mom is?
Yep.
Who your dad is?
Grandmama had to verify if they was in the family child.
Right.
They might be your cousin.
So to fix all that, we just went hundreds of miles out the way. Like, no, we can't.
I understand your reasoning. I understand that too. But like I said, we all fucking cool. We all cool. We have a family reunion on in July. We're all going to Disney. So
wow. That's gonna be nice.
We're adults. You know what I'm saying? Like this happened when we were.
Well, I hope y'all don't all get the same room. Let me go.
That might be nice, Mama May. Mama Mo. That might.
Do you know anybody that you know? Do you know anybody that you know since you were like 5 years old?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're still their family to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
pretty much. That's who I'm going to Orlando with. That's who I'm coming to Orlando with. I've been knowing them since we was in preschool. We was
I
3.
love that. Hey, Sadiq, come
We
on.
all went to preschool together.
I love that. See, preschool, you know everybody's first and last name. You know everybody in their family. My son's father, my oldest son's father, was my next door neighbor. So that's what I'm saying. Like we had a little slip up, but we knew each other before we were interested in each other, and we was never honestly never interested in each other. Good
Well,
morning.
well, last month when I was on the cruise, I was talking to, well, when you're on the cruise, everybody talk and sit back and have fun. And there
Mm-hmm.
was this couple that was sitting up there talking to me, and everybody was telling, they list stories on how they met each other or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this man and woman said that they was next door neighbors for 25 years, and they said that he was married to someone and she was married to someone else, and said that their kids grew up together, played together, that they always looked out for each other kids. And he said that he divorced his wife passed, and when his wife passed, she divorced her husband and they got together and got married. I said, what the? I said, so
Mm-hmm.
I
y'all
saw
never
that
mess with.
video.
I
I
said,
saw
so
that
y'all
video.
never. No, this not a video. This was on the cruise. They stay in Sarasota, Florida, and
Oh,
they
you
was telling
were
us,
there.
yeah, they
Oh,
was
But it was a
telling the
lady on a
story.
it was a lady on a documentary that was saying the similar story that you were saying. So I guess it's a small world.
So I was wondering, like, I asked him, I said, so did y'all mess around in between? She's like, no. We just always looked at each other as great friends.
I love
And
it.
she said, my husband was very rude to me and abusive, and he knew about it. And she said, when his wife passed, me and him talked about it. And she said, I walked away from my husband and married my next door neighbor.
Wow, that's fucked up. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, well, damn,
I wasn't expecting that. I was
I probably gave them the most funniest look because I do have this tendency of just having these looks that I don't know.
it's been all over your face. I get it. And good morning.
Yeah.
Go to work soon. You know what I mean. I gotta, it's time to go to work. I gotta sign off. So I
Greetings,
just
greetings. Good morning to everybody.
good morning. Peace of God.
Oh Lord.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
No,
No.
that's the
You
question.
said you said enough yesterday, sir.
Yeah, but let me say
If
something
you
to Net.
if the first thing you're not gonna say, I just want to apologize
Nah,
to
Net.
everybody.
He ain't
Nah,
gonna
Oh
not
apologize.
my God! I thought you said he blocked you.
He ain't gonna apologize. Is he apologizing? You
Nah,
ain't
you hear
apologizing.
me, Net?
Oh no! I
I'm
hope not.
listening.
Yeah, I don't want to come off as insulting or mean or wicked because I think
Okay, here
that's
it goes.
cheap. I think that's low level. But if somebody come at me crazy, I can definitely match that energy. But I don't like to bring destruction and negativity, especially to decent people. And I think deep
Oh,
down,
decent.
a lot of
Oh,
y'all,
you think it's decent? I love that. Thank
I
you.
think deep down, a lot of y'all are decent people, but you trying to survive. You trying to be defensive in a strange time. It's a strange time right now. Whether it's politics or the money or just relationships, people trying to hold and stand firm. So, I ain't want to come off as just another troll talking crazy, because that's for me, that's weak, that's funny style. Unless a person come at me like that, I'm gonna defend myself. So it ain't no insult at you personally, Net, you hear me? But I felt like the whole vibe was coming like real funny style at me, especially the dude that was on it. He was trying to impress that other female. So, but
Amen.
it's all good. Greetings, everybody, just the same, huh?
You said a whole lot.
Yeah, I had to do that. I don't like to see myself just another person coming on cursing, talking crazy, and leaving destruction in my midst. I don't like that. That's not necessary, huh?
It doesn't
That's
matter.
But
uncalled for.
but you know what I had to learn on this TikTok um app. I had to learn that can't nobody control my peace and take me out of my character but me.
Yeah, that's a fact.
If I allow someone else to make me mad and to make me angry, then they won.
Now,
So
no,
I
it's
had to
truth.
learn.
Yeah, it's truth in that net. You hear me? But at the same time, I definitely understand. There's times you got to speak the language that people understand. Yeah? I know all about that. Sometimes you got to speak the language, yeah, to get the communication across.
Did you get your communication across?
No, yes, I had to say some things to what's his name,
Yeah, but I
Hush.
didn't hear nothing you said. Did you hear, ladies? Did you hear anything he said yesterday?
Yeah, I heard
That was
everything he
important. No,
said.
that was important. That was
No, I'm
important.
talking about the negative stuff. I had to get a little negative. But anyway, long story short, let's move on from that. But let me say
Yeah,
this
we
too.
said it. We welcomed you in. We
Yeah, I
didn't bring it up.
appreciate you.
You did.
I appreciate you, Adrian. Yeah? And what's your brother's name? JD?
Nope, I didn't hear nothing. I put his ass on mute. I didn't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, Ma, I think Miss Money's probably a good lady too. But these are strange
You said
times. And
that. Didn't he say that? Didn't he say that you are man?
who? Yeah, but
He said
JD.
to a lot of us, Empress down
I'ma
there. You
stay
said
on
that's
mute
why
so I
she
can
ain't
keep
got
my
no man.
page.
And you just expected all of us.
Nah,
All of us just
I ain't on my backup page. I'll be back.
men.
Oh, she was on yesterday, Adrian.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
all
A
of
lot of
us
the
was
ladies
on
you were disrespecting.
yesterday.
What happened
Hmm?
to Hush? What happened to the
You
Hush?
you you told all of them, you said that's why none of y'all got no motherfucking man because of y'all attitude, y'all this, y'all that, and you was like, find you a fucking man to pump your fucking gas and
Yeah.
then come back and fucking talk to me. I mean, you wasn't talking to me,
Oh,
you
and
know.
then he said he
I
was gonna
t-
rob her. Remember he said he was gonna rob her too. You would say, "Where's she at?" And I want to come get you. Did you? He said that
Robber.
shit
Ah, here
too.
we go. I never said
Yes,
robber.
the
What?
fuck you did.
Come
Yes, the
on now.
fuck you
Hey,
did.
yo, you.
You said because she said she got something for you, and you said you would take that
All
shit
right,
from her.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
said
back.
that, but nah, that's not robbery. That's come on. I mean it later. But in any event,
You
Yeah, I had
don't
to
even
get my
know where
backup
she
page for you.
was.
Cause you gonna
yeah.
make me
A
lose a page,
woman.
and I can't lose my money page.
Yeah, but let me say this, but I think, you women are adults, y'all live life, you got a lot of experience, and you don't want to put up with a lot of, friction and frustration. But there's no question about it. Everybody
You
would
said I
like to
needed therapy.
share.
You told me that if I have I been to therapy before,
Yeah,
and then you said
everybody
that I
need
need.
therapy. I
Yeah,
need therapy. Everybody
but
needs it.
you said me. You said
I
I
think
do
everybody could
because of
benefit.
the way that I think. Because I like to have a free life and just live life day by day and not be committed into a marriage and do live the way that I've been living.
Now,
You said that I needed
you know
therapy.
why I said that,
It has
Adrian?
nothing to do
You
with my
told me,
past.
Adrian, you said you left a long-term marriage. Then you met a man and you said he was too touchy-feely, lovey-dovey.
You're right.
So that showed me that even if you found a dude to show you affection and consideration,
Mm-hmm.
you rejected that after
Right.
leaving or ending the marriage long term. It's like, wow, why? So I said, maybe you might need therapy to look at that,
Yeah,
different
and
layers
then
and
I
angles.
explained it to you, right? I explained it to you. That's how we got into the other conversation. When I explained it to you, this is the first time that I don't have to take care of nothing, right? So I haven't met. Now there's a guy. He all over me. Now I got to take care of him. I explained that to you, and you said that is impossible. That
But
a
when you say
woman,
take care how? Like what? Cook for him? I mean,
no, just love him. Love him back is work.
love him back.
It
So
is.
why don't you lay the
It's
ground
fucking work.
rules?
You ever just, I don't know. It is. You have to work at it. That's why love is so fucking amazing. Like you have to like build it. It's
Yeah, love is
constantly moving.
delicious. Love
It's
is a
fluid.
delicious
It's
meal.
fluid. It can't get stale. That's why there's a lot of stale marriages around because
Yeah.
you got to keep it moving. You got to keep on making it work. You need to keep
Yeah.
on entertaining it. That's a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
gotta
work.
choose, like
I
they
don't
said,
want.
you
I don't
gotta
want to do that. I
choose.
don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
You
I don't
gotta
want to do that.
choose each other every day.
That is,
Let me say this.
well, I do want that, but I don't want that. Right? So
Yeah, I
that
think you might
can't
have
be
to get
okay.
therapy
Can't
first
that
to
be okay?
reset.
Why? I need therapy. Okay, so let me ask you, because there's a therapist up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Dustin.
Everybody needs therapy, Adrian.
Just,
Everybody.
you
Everybody.
no, we're not talking about everybody. You were talking about me. Justin, do I need therapy because of that?
You need to talk to a clinician. I'm not sure if you need therapy.
That's a good
I can't
answer.
say
That's a
I
good
can't
answer.
say that I can't say that you need therapy because I
Fuck
don't
you
know
too.
you well
I
enough.
gotta go to work. I gotta go.
Oh, now you want to go. All right, so I'm going to let y'all go. I just wanted to say that I don't want to come
I'm
and
just
bring
saying I don't know.
negativity and destruction and all the madness and leave on that. You know what I'm saying? I
can
want the
you
spirit
just
to be clean. Huh?
can you just say what? Can you just say I want to apologize for the things that I said?
I can't really say that,
Um,
Net. You hear me?
You
Because
ain't gotta do
what I said was the truth, but I
it.
said it in retaliation. for the way I was being assaulted.
So y'all
I
feel,
got jumped by 5 of y'all
Lord.
just for stating my opinion.
Well, it wasn't me because I tend to just I don't entertain it. So when you start getting all high store, you know what I'm trying to say. I
Hostile. We know what you mean.
yes. I tend to mute up and just let you do what you do because I
But you
just
ended up fighting with the
refuse
guy
to.
anyway.
Yeah, and
I
Adrian,
ref,
I don't know you well enough to say if you need therapy or
That's okay.
not. I
It's
don't
all
know.
right. It's okay.
Well, I
I
think,
think a lot. I
just for the
understand.
record, JD,
I
I
understand
think
that you don't understand.
everybody that's been through something, everybody deserves to sit down with somebody and just
Yeah.
go through it and discover all the different angles and layers and perspectives of what happened just for life, just for living life, especially in today's era with all this social, all this madness and division. And your people need somebody to sit down with that know what they're doing to work through it. I think everybody needs that, yeah?
Have you done
Everybody.
that? Have you done it?
To some
We're
degree,
glad
yeah.
to hear you that you think that,
Yeah, I
but that
did, yeah.
doesn't mean everybody else think that or
Now,
Yeah, but
think
people
Adrian, are
that
you
don't.
trying to low key
or
give us
believe
a
that.
show because we're watching?
No, really? 'Cause I can make you not watch.
No,
Well,
I was saying I am
Adrian's
watching.
definitely no, make no mistake about it. Adrian is a sexy woman,
At the end of the day, they don't give a fuck how crazy I am and how much therapy I fucking need. They just want to see this.
but
He
Adrian,
made sure he spoke up about that. Where your wife at?
no,
Why is you looking at
no, I'm
Adrian?
saying for the
I
record,
am gonna go to therapy
Where your
about
wife?
it today.
yeah, my
I'm
wife
gonna call
works
that.
home
You can
health
go to
care.
AI. I can do
Hey
AI.
No,
JD, JD,
Yeah.
listen. This one of these men you were talking about. Listen to him. Where your wife at?
she works home health care. She's a living.
And where you at? Where
I'm
you
at
at?
home. I'm at home. I worked overnight. I came back
Looking
a
at
couple
my
hours ago.
boobies.
Yeah, but I think Adrian deep down's a good lady, passionate. She been through a lot. But I think
No,
once she gets
not me. I'm
therapy,
good as fuck. Hello, did you not? You said assaulted you yesterday. I'm
no,
not a nice
But
person.
what you had
He know
wanted
more
to
about your
ask
ass
me,
than he do
Mr.
his
D.
own wife.
You
I'm
don't
through
care because
with it.
all he nothing that is this. That's all I can do. I can say anything to him. That shit is fucking crazy. Y'all got no standards.
What
yeah,
did
but
you want to What did you want to say to me or
yeah,
ask me?
yeah, I think everybody, JD, again, that's been through something, especially in this era of society, they need somebody to sit down with, apart from social media, apart from technology and all the gadgets and all the keeping up the Joneses, and just
Hmm.
process and go through the layers from childhood to teen to young adulthood and see what's going on, give you a perspective you ain't think about. You can
Well,
have
you
your
know,
own thoughts, and that's cool, but somebody that knows what they doing, ask certain questions and let you just vent and talk and get to the bottom of it. And once you get past that, then you be flush and clear to start again. I
I
think
don't I
did
don't think
it
my
work for
problems
you?
go that deep.
you'll be surprised,
Well,
man. You'll be
I don't
surprised when it
you
come
know
I
out,
what?
man.
don't think I don't think my problems
You
go
know
that
what? You
deep
can make an
because I
appointment.
really don't have them problems.
Me neither.
Everybody
You can
says
make an
that, man.
appointment with JD. You can make an appointment with JD. He's a professional. You
He
can
is a
make an appointment
professional.
with him.
Yeah,
And he works. He actually works with children who have what you said, mental health issues.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. So he works with children who have mental health issues. So he's kind of in the same line of what you're talking about, which I guess is the youth and people who are on the internet all the time, right? The young people.
and I think most of us come from the
But
same
he got a
generation.
bachelor's and a master's from a college, not TikTok.
Yeah, most of us come from the same generation. So this was like unheard of in our generation. So we don't really know the value and the importance of that. So we overlook it and kind of ridicule it.
He's still, yeah. This is what you do to your wife all day. Say the same rhetoric over and over and over again.
No, I try to love her and be patient with her and help her grow,
You
and it
tell
helps
her,
me grow.
love her, be patient with her. But I
Yeah.
mean,
And,
okay.
and I got to add, my wife is Caucasian. I don't know
We
if I
knew
mentioned
that.
that.
He said he got to try. He said he got to try to look.
He said his wife is
Try.
Caucasian. What that mean?
So a lot
I
of
mean,
people,
She YT. She
I know,
white.
I
God
know
damn
she.
it, YT.
I
Okay,
The
know
well,
what
hell?
that.
that's
Why
right.
you think I came
But
in
I'm
on my black
saying,
on page? Cause
like,
you know I'ma wear his motherfucking ass out in a minute. Cause he finna say something wrong.
I'm trying to figure out
but
what's
love
the
ain't got no
point.
color. Love is blind. Love
But
ain't
I'm
got
trying.
no color.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get an understanding of what
you
was
didn't
the
know that.
point of
I
you
saw you guys were saying that,
throwing
but I
that
didn't know
out
what was going on.
there. that she's white tea, what that supposed to mean.
Well, I've had
Yeah.
experience that when women do find out my wife is Caucasian. It's damn near
Respectfully,
World War III. They
hold
like,
on.
what? You got a
Respectfully,
double?
That's not what it
Like,
is. That's not
The
what it
same
is.
one called me a man yesterday. He
You.
the same one called me a
respect,
man yesterday. But he want to
respectfully,
make
like,
sure you know he got a YT woman.
uh, now
What?
here's the thing. Hold on. Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm just saying objectively because I don't even. I'm not even
What he
familiar with
say?
like
Didn't
the.
he say? I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. He said something yesterday about the statistics of Hispanic and Black women are at the highest rate. He said that, right?
Yep.
that's it. As
Yeah.
far as marriage, a
He
lot of
said
men are
he
not
said that
interested in marriage with them. They'll go on dates and hang out and have fun. When it comes to the marriage threshold, they don't go that far with Black and Latino of older generations. Maybe young is different, but the older
They don't
generation,
want to
they don't
marry
want them.
black women, he say.
yeah,
And see, and respectfully, like I said, I'm not even familiar with the conversation of
Are
yesterday,
you
but
not familiar with anything?
what, well, I'm just saying, I mean, yesterday apparently, so, but I'm just asking, why did you tell us that? And I mean, I understand what you're saying because I'm familiar with the statistics too, and I
When
also
he's
want
a
to
whole
throw in.
married man. When he's a whole,
And
why is
here's
he
the
worried
thing.
about it?
And here's the thing. And when it comes like the statistics, I have a master of public administration. So one thing that they make us do before we sign our last papers and give us our graduation stuff, we have to look at these statistics. And statistics are not always accurate because they need to come from one particular source. If it doesn't really come from like the U.S. Bureau or Census or Department of Labor, then it's not 100% like credible.
Okay.
So what I'm asking is why did you feel the need to tell us that you're a Caucasian, your wife is a Caucasian lady?
I'm gonna tell you again.
right.
I'm gonna say it again, JD. It's been my experience when Black and Latina women find out that I'm married to Caucasian. It's
Okay.
damn near World War III, and they act like I'm hiding something. So if you look on my page, you'll see a couple of flicks of my wife. So before people go peek, I'll put it out there up front, especially in this setting around some sisters and Latina. Yeah, my wife is Caucasian. They ain't like, oh, I just looked at your page and your wife, why you, yeah, no, yeah, we gonna cut to the chase, yeah. That's why I did that, JD, yeah.
Why are they looking on your page to see what your wife look like?
Oh
But
my
what?
God. This
Why
is
would we?
TikTok. Why people look at your page at all?
Okay,
Why
okay. So,
anybody look at anybody's
Because
page?
I'm a single
but
woman and
why?
I got my tits out.
But why would we care what you married to if we're not trying to be with you?
Well, that you thinking logically, you come across all types on social media, and I've had that experience. Where they say, yo, I
Oh,
looked at your page and I know I ain't see no. I'm like, yeah, that's my wife. Yeah. So yeah, it comes to that. So yeah, I put it out there. Yo. I've been to prison. I'm married to a white woman. I live in New York. I put that out front. Like, okay, that's what it is. Huh? You know what I'm saying? People think like they get to know you a month, 2 months, and then they find out. They feel like, oh, you was hiding that, or you, why you ain't? Nah, I'm gonna put it out front. Yeah, okay, all right. That's why I said that.
But why would anybody care?
Because this is TikTok. What you talking about? Why would anybody? This is TikTok. This is what people do, yeah.
I mean, in Mama Money, if you found out in the beginning that he was just married, right? Would you be sitting there investigating his ass?
no.
I don't want to know shit about him. Nothing. I don't want to know if he married, not married. I don't even
Miss
care.
Money, why you
I'm
so
good.
upset with
Y'all,
me? Miss
whoever.
Money, why are you so upset with me?
You heard him?
Then you called me a man yesterday. What
You
did
said
I
he
turn
don't
into
remember.
today? I turned into
You
Miss
heard him?
Money today.
I called you a
I was
man.
Mr. Money
Yeah,
yesterday.
you did
Hell
call her
yeah, I
man
was Mr.
yesterday.
Money yesterday, but I'm Miss Money
Ooh.
today.
When I called you a man, Miss Money,
Uh
Get the fuck
oh.
out of here.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
and
God damn it.
what was the
May
context?
the
What
5th.
context?
Monday.
And be one?
Hey, Nisa
Uh
Pooh.
oh.
Hey, Miss Money, in what context I said that? What
Hey,
was
Asia, baby.
what was we talking about?
Why would it matter? Why would it matter?
Because I don't talk like that.
This
I
is
don't
your
disrespect women.
conscience.
I don't disrespect women, yeah.
This
You
is your
did.
conscience.
Okay. I thought you
That's
was
a
gonna get that
lie.
apology. I know you was gonna get that apology net because he don't think he did anything fucking wrong. Or if he does apologize, he's gonna do it again. He's
Nah,
doing it
nah.
again.
She, I'm different. I'm
No,
I'm definitely
yeah,
different.
you
You
just
just said that you can't apologize,
what you're saying.
and
Oh,
you
Fucking
did say
wrong.
a
we.
lot of offensive things It wasn't toward me because I didn't even
He
respond. I
apologized
didn't.
to you. That's what I was trying to figure out. But you were quiet the whole entire time, mostly, right?
No,
I
no,
thought you was. Mama
no,
This
Brenda
is
wasn't
your
Adrian.
even saying
conscience.
anything.
I never said I
That's the crazy part about.
apologize.
She wasn't even saying anything. She came off of you and said a few fucking words, and you attacked her immediately and started calling
Nah,
her
nah. It all
man.
started with Hush. Hush was like,
But you
watch your
remember his name
tone.
though.
And Hush was trying to front for them ladies. So me and Hush was going back and forth, and they just jumped in and threw little kicks and
No,
punches.
he was defending Empress, which he never fucking does because she always yelling at him. You see how she talked to him, and he was defending because you still told her that's why you ain't got no man, and you sitting there getting your gas by yourself. You don't
No,
remember
because she
that?
said some things
And
about
that's when Hush
convicts.
came in and said, "Yo, don't talk to her like that." You know,
No,
that's how it fucking started.
no. She said something about
And then I
convicts.
made a statement, and he said, "Who is that man?"
That dude, that's exactly what
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't remember saying. I don't remember that. I don't remember saying
I
that.
remember it. I remember it.
I
In the
remember
event,
it too.
in the event, it's a new day. It's a new
And
day.
now it's a new fucking
Oh,
day. Shut
it's
up
a
and just
new
let it
day,
go. Let it go.
Lord.
Just let it
I'm a
go.
mute. I'm a
It's a new
mute.
day. It's a new time. We can move
A new
on.
You better
time,
get off
and
that
it's the
shit.
same
You better get
fucking
off
man.
that shit. It
And
is
it's the
not good
same
for you.
motherfucking
It
man.
ain't good
I
That's
for the
what it
noticed
brain.
is.
This is
Adrian
your
got the matching
brain. You
glasses
remember
with
this
the
commercial?
matching
This is
dress.
your brain. This is your
And all
brain
he
on
want to do is
rugs.
look at my
You
tits.
remember that
That's what he
commercial?
just say over here talking about my motherfucking glasses.
And I
He
said,
don't
you
give
got
a
a
fuck.
matching glasses with the
Yes.
matching dress.
And what the fuck? Why you looking at me for?
Oh, here we go. This is great. So I can't out.
I'd like to let me say this.
Oh my God.
Actually, hold on for a sec. I actually already brought attention to the glasses and the dress already. We won't
Was
be
I
stumble
here for that?
forward.
It doesn't
No, no,
matter.
no, no. I'm just
I'm
throwing it
here
out
for the
there.
whole fucking conversation with both of y'all.
But I'm
All
saying,
right.
JD,
Yeah,
Jesus.
JD,
Lord
what you
mercy.
eat don't make me shit, homie. If I wasn't here for that, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
that's the reason why I said it because I mean, because you said that her glasses and her dress, I mean, already matched and stuff. She already heard that before. I already
But
said
not
it.
for me. She didn't hear it from me.
No, but you weren't
You
here.
were married. Fuck. Okay.
Oh, so I can't compliment a
I
lady?
had enough of this.
Adrian,
No, I didn't say
When
that.
there's no understanding, there will never be an understanding.
Adrian,
Y'all
I
gotta just
can't
fucking make
compliment a
it go
lady because I'm married.
I don't care. I don't care. Do what the fuck you want to fucking do. I don't give a shit. My money don't got shit. You
Y'all
gotta do
girls, y'all ladies is crazy.
I don't
Okay,
live in two.
now
We
let me
just
say
happy
this.
we not married
You
to
really
you.
made
That's
them
all.
mad, apparently.
We just
I don't
married.
understand why,
We
JD.
just happy
Okay,
we
one
not
thing
married to
about
you.
the feminist independent movement, women have got so extreme, you can't open a door for a woman. You can't pull out her car door. You can't
I gotta work.
pay the
I'm not doing
bill.
this. Y'all need to wake up early. I don't give a shit. You
All
gotta
right.
wake up early.
Okay,
Cause
let's
I'm gonna be
unravel
on
this.
these at
Yo,
Hold
4
on. Hold
o'clock.
on.
hey,
Wait a
somebody
minute.
posted a video on my TikTok, right? A
Hold
lady
on.
was on the train
He just want
standing
to be
up,
heard, but he's a
and a
happy
dude,
married man who just gotta keep on talking to get attention from fucking
Okay,
women.
let
It's
me
a
ask you
fucking
this,
weird.
Sadiq. Let
yeah,
me ask you this. Okay, respectfully, of course, respectfully, does your wife appreciate the things that you do for her? If that is the case, if she does, then you really don't need to worry about some of the things that some single guys are going through, which is not even completely true.
I
Like,
don't have to worry about. Why would you say that?
Cause you talking about it.
because you're married, sir. Like, I mean, do you hold the door for your wife and do things such as that, like
Okay,
chivalry?
but this is what you just said, JD.
I'm
I don't
asking a
have to
question.
worry about the things that single guys are going through. I have single men as neighbors, as co-workers, as fellow
I think
worshipers
men
at my
already.
masjid. So I give advice and I mentor and I vibe. So I'm definitely in tune with what's going on in
Well,
society.
yeah, that
So the
in
same
that
advice
regard,
I bring to them, I'm bringing to y'all on this TikTok. In
in that
Islam,
regard,
I'm
in that
Muslim. Hey,
regard,
JD,
yes.
listen. I'm Muslim, right? In Islam, marriage is half of your religion,
Is
half your
it
way
like?
of
Can you
life.
see titties like this? Can
Oh
you
my
go on
God, come
TV and
on.
look
What?
at this in Islam? Can you
I
see
hear you,
that?
JD.
Can you see
I
that?
can't.
Can you see that? I'm
What
just curious.
what
I'm
I'm
just curious.
asking,
I just
what I'm
want to know.
asking
If you
is,
Muslim, you want to marry out of your race, right?
That
I
Oh,
mean,
here
part.
cause
cause
go.
That fucking part.
You
That
got
I
white
fucking part.
hold on.
mean, I'm just saying, you said it, sir.
Hold on.
hold on now.
You got
He
white.
Don't
only
don't
Muslim
think
when
The
it's
don't
devil's
convenient.
Hold
think.
on, wait, y'all.
Hey,
One
hey,
thing at a time. Let me ask the question.
no,
Let me
she
ask the
said a
question. Like,
statement. She made a statement about
no,
Islam. Islam
no.
doesn't discriminate based on race. You thinking about Malcolm X before he converted to Orthodox Islam. Orthodox Sunni Islam, we have Chinese Muslims, Russian Muslims, French, English,
Okay, she
African,
converted.
Indian.
She converted.
Okay, we
All
don't
right,
care.
so D, what I'm asking
I
is,
mean, at the end of the day, that's a whole other more mess we're about to get into.
so here's the thing. What I'm asking is, like, I understand, of course. I mean, you may, of course, talk and give advice in regards to a single man with advice with being married. But what I'm asking you is, does your wife appreciate the chivalrous things that you do, and does she communicate that to you? Like, hey, look, I appreciate you opening the door for me. I appreciate you taking out the trash for me. You know, just general things. Does your wife appreciate that from you? I'm asking you.
But what is the line of question? I don't understand the logic.
I'm asking a question. I'm
I
asking,
know
does your
you
wife
asking, but why
appreciate
are
some
you
of the
asking
things
that?
that she does?
But what does that have to do with this?
Because the
You
point
guys
I'm
think
trying to
that has
make
to do
is,
with this?
if you are married, does your wife appreciate the things that you
Okay,
do?
that's the fourth time you asked me the question. I'm
It's a
asking
simple
you,
question.
what is the logic of you asking me if my wife appreciates what I
Because
do
okay,
for her?
stop. All right, can I explain? Because obviously you keep on telling the same thing you don't understand, right? So, right, you saying that you want to teach the more than less to be like you. Oh, I got a restriction. Oh, I got a fucking restriction. I knew it. You knew that you're teaching the young people how to have a marriage like you, right? So of course it's going to apply, because if your wife appreciates the things that you do, then we could look at you and be like, oh, I want a marriage just like them. All right, but I gotta go because I already got a restriction, and this is my backup page. My other page don't come up until next week sometime. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Ned, thank you so much for your energy.
It's a pleasure. Y'all all take care. Y'all be good, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
And it was very nice meeting you, Justin. Thank you so much for hanging in for so
All
long.
right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, my
Go to
love.
Suave.
If I have,
Go to Suave.
hopefully I get a
Hermano,
chance to
hermano
accept later.
mío, go to Suave.